was just a youngest little mama knee. She said there's only one thing to set your soul free. Wasn't no easy street. There was no sleep until the work was done. Hello everyone, I am BowserJrXD. Welcome to the championship race for the NASCAR Phoenix Raceway. The final under to the bottom of the well. You keep that motor running till that victory bell. One for the money. Show. Restart your engines now and rock and roll. Well, we started off. I was very upset that Ty Gibbs won the Xfinity Championship, but today that is I can't imagine what right now.
It all comes down to this. 4 drivers, and this is the youngest championship 4 since the playoffs.
Chastain, Elliott, Bell, and Logano are all going for the title.
Finish in front of the other 3 will be crowned the champion today.
And I just really, I just hope it's not Logano.
Hall of Famer Dale Earnhardt Jr., the mayor Jeff Burton. We're missing our 4th, our crew chief Steve Letarte.
Oh yeah, and Letarte had an emergency appendectomy.
And recovering. Guys, let's talk a little bit about what these 4 have to do. Junior, we've got a lot of experience with 2 of them.
Yeah, Ross Chastain and Christopher Bell both going for their first championship. Ross,
I don't know
his
why
whole career has been uncertainty in and out
not
of rides,
working. So I'm trying to
on the
work
main
this
stage.
out.
Christopher Bell,
For
he's
now,
been in
I'll
somewhat
just
the scripted pipeline of Toyota development, and he has a chance
cover
at
this
his
up
first
there.
time. We know both of these guys will do anything to win this race.
Then you got Chase Elliott and
I'm
Cody
trying to work
Logano.
out
Those guys
the,
are both here looking for their second championship.
stuff.
And what's funny about them is they go about their business completely different. Chase is quiet, reserved. Joey's outspoken, aggressive, willing to do whatever it takes. A second championship, think about this, the elite company they would join and having both of them being multiple champions.
So the track changed yesterday in the Xfinity Series race. Are we going to expect
gonna
to see
lower
that
the
as well?
things.
Multiple lines for these drivers?
Yeah, a lot more temperature today, Rick, so that's going to be a wider racetrack, a little slicker for these guys. It's going to be great for us to watch.
Yeah, that sun is
Did we just
bearing
miss the
down. This
command?
racetrack is going to put a lot of heat in it. That's going to make it slick. Drivers are going to have to look around to find the most grip on the racetrack.
Never mind.
Guys like Ross Chastain and Christopher Bell, they've got to come from the back, so they'll look for any line they can get.
Bell
Let's get
starting
the
in
engines fired
17th,
as we go
Chastain
trackside for the
25th, and Bell's car was the 5th worst on longer runs.
Motorsports. Please welcome Busch Light Head of Marketing Kristen Stowe, Coca-Cola Senior Manager of Motorsports Marketing Al Rondon, and Xfinity Senior Director, Brand Partnerships and Amplifications, Jess Mueller.
Drivers!
Start your engine!
Yeah, there ain't been part of the whole right there's command. Yeah, 10-4, got you stuck.
Time in 2022. The engines are fired. We're about to go racing. A championship is on the line.
All right. Time to go over the starting lineup. Starting 36th, driving the number 77, Muto General Formulation Chevrolet for Spire Motorsports, Landon Castle.
How can there not?
Starting 35th, driving the number 15, Jacob Company Sport for Rick Ware Racing, Garrett Smithley. Starting 34th, driving the number 51, Nurtec ODT Rim Japan Ford. For Rick Ware Racing, Cody Ware. Starting 33rd, driving the number 78, Paula Casino Ford, BJ McLeod for Live Fast Motorsports. Starting 32nd, driving the number 42, Black Rifle Coffee Company Chevrolet. for Petty GMS Racing, Ty Dillon. Starting 31st, driving the number 38, Boot Barn Ford for Front Row Motorsports, Todd Gilliland. Starting 30th, driving the number 43, Focus Factor Chevrolet for Petty GMS Racing, Eric Jones. Starting 29th, driving the number 47, Fry's Nature Valley Chevrolet. 47. Nature Valley Chevrolet. For JTG Daugherty Racing, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Starting 28th, driving the number 99, Freeway Insurance Comscope Chevrolet. For Team Trackhouse Racing, Daniel Suarez. Starting 27th, driving the number 7, Schluter Systems Chevrolet. For Spire System... Jesus. Schluler Systems Chevrolet for Spire Motorsports, Corey LaJoy. Say that 10 times fast. Starting 20. Racing, Justin Haley. Starting 25th, driving the number 1, Worldwide Express Advent Health Chevrolet. For Team Trackhouse Racing, Ross Chastain, our first of the Championship 4. Starting 24th, driving the number 48, Ally Chevrolet. For Hendrick Motorsports, Alex Bowman. Starting 23rd, driving the number 45, McDonald's Toyota. For 2311 Racing, Bubba Wallace. Starting 22nd, driving the number 18, M&M's Thank You Fans Toyota for their last race as a sponsor. For Joe Gibbs Racing, Kyle Busch. Starting 21st, driving the number 11, FedEx Express Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing, Denny Hamlin. Starting 20th, driving the number 34, Love's Travel Stops Ford for Front Row Motorsports, Michael McDowell. Starting 19th, driving the number 17, Fastenal Ford. For Roush Fenway Keselowski Racing, Chris Buescher. Starting 18th, driving the number 6, Kohler Generators Ford for Roush Fenway Keselowski Racing, Brad Keselowski. Starting 17th, driving the number 20, DeWalt Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing, Christopher Bell, the second member of the Championship 4. Starting 16th, driving the number 16, Celsius Chevrolet for Colleague Racing, AJ Allmendinger. Starting 15th, driving the number 3, Get Bioethanol Chevrolet for Richard Childress Racing, Austin Dillon. No, excuse me. Yeah, it is Austin Dillon. I got Austin Hill and him mixed up in my head. Starting 14th, driving the number 2, Discount Tire Ford for Team Penske, Austin Cindric. Starting 13th, driving the number 10, Smithfield Ford for Stewart Haas Racing, Eric Almirola. Starting 12th, driving the number 19, Bass Pro Shops Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing, Martin Truex Jr. Starting 11th, driving the number 8, Cheddar Scratch Reddick. Now for the top 10. Starting 10th, driving the number 23, 2311 Racing. It was going to be Ty Gibbs by Daniel Hemrick. Starting 9th, driving the number 41, HaasTooling.com Ford for Stewart Haas Racing, Cole Custer. Starting 8th, driving the number 24, Exalta Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports, William Byron. Starting 7th, driving the number 4, Busch Light Ford for Stewart Haas Racing, Kevin Harvick. Starting 6th, driving the number 21, Motorcraft Quick Lane Ford for the Wood Brothers Racing, or just for the Wood Brothers, Harrison Burton. Starting 5th, driving the number 9, Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports, Chase Elliott, and the third member of the Championship 4. Starting 4th, driving the number 5, HendrickCars.com Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports, Kyle Larson, who could win the Owners' Championship. Starting 3rd, driving the number 14, Mahindra Tractors Ford for Stewart Haas Racing, Chase Briscoe. Starting 2nd, Dutch Boy Ford for Team Penske, Ryan Blaney. Paul Driver number 22, Shell Pennzoil Ford for Team Penske with a time of 26.788 seconds and a speed of 134.389 miles per hour. Joey Logano, the pole winner, has won the championship the last 2 races, and by that I mean Truck Series Xfinity. We'll see if that trend continues, because I really don't want that to happen right now.
Big for him. Think about this. 4 Cup wins, 2 of those, Charlotte and Martinsville. His back to the wall. He had to win to get an opportunity to race for a championship today. And the only race bigger than those 2 happens today with a chance to win a championship.
I think Daytona
This
with
is
that
the
would beg to
moment
differ.
that I think every driver in the world would love to have. So just knowing that what we went through at Charlotte Road Course and Martinsville, it leads to this. So, you know, there's nobody that's more prepared this year than what the 20 group is.
Rick, how about Chase Elliott?
Well, Chase Elliott, the 26-year-old from Dawsonville, Georgia, he's definitely the fan favorite, one of the most popular drivers the last 4 years. And don't let that small-town Georgia demeanor fool you. He's grabbed an Xfinity Series championship, 18 Cup Series wins, and the Cup Series title from 2020. And with that first championship already under his belt, he's not just satisfied being in this position, he wants more.
It's a big deal to make it here, but we certainly aren't just happy with
Anyway.
You want to achieve that.
Hi,
goal.
Jeff
You have
Sperry.
an opportunity, you want to make the most of it, and I think that's where my head's
Not a lot
at.
of
It's-
people here,
yes,
but
it's
while
good to
I've
be here.
got,
It's great.
while you're
You know,
all
great to be a
here,
part
I
of
might as, I'm
Fox
going to
Sports,
drop
great
my link to the
accomplishment.
Discord in the chat.
But certainly not the accomplishment that I'm after.
All right, Jeff, what about Joey Logano?
Joey Logano is only 32 years old, but he is already a veteran of this series, and he's accomplished nearly everything the sport has to offer. Today, he wants to leave as a member of the group of drivers who have won multiple Cup championships. This guy, he is not concerned with making friends. His only concern is, how do I get this trophy and take it home with me as a champion leaving this racetrack today?
It's all about winning the race. That's what means something. Winning the championship. Being at a championship 4 is nice, but I can tell you from experience, not winning hurts a lot, and it doesn't mean anything if you made it to the championship 4. This is what it's all about, is winning the trophy. So that's where my head's at. It's where our team's at this weekend for sure.
And it's not just for drivers. This is a team sport. For more on the pit crews, Marty.
Rick Ross Chastain qualified 25th, which means he did not get a great pit stall selection. The one advantage he has, the #1 ranked pit crew on pit road. You can see the guys who pit Ross Chastain when he comes down pit road. And in the spring is a terrific example. They started 17th, but finished 2nd. And on that day, Dylan, this pit crew gained Ross Chastain 5 spots.
6 different pit crew units this year for the Christopher Bell #20 team. And after Martinsville, crew chief Adam Stevens says, finally,
Yeah, I saw John Van
doing our
Deventer.
job for us. They're not giving us any headaches, much less of a worry downstairs on pit road. Driver, crew chief, and pit crew have all been at their best when it counts the most. And today, as he has for a good part of this season, Jackson Gibbs, son of J.D. Gibbs and nephew of Coy, will change the front tires on the 20 car, Dave.
So halfway through the season, Chase
Oh,
Elliott's
we're up to
crew
1,015
stopped
already.
pitting 5 lug
Thank
nut
you for
Xfinity cars
subbing,
on
whoever
Saturday
subbed.
to focus solely on 1 lug nut Cup cars on Sunday. That picked up their performance. Crew chief Alan Gustafson told me it's been a big step in the right direction. They're 4th overall in the series speed-wise, and 2nd among the playoff players. Parker?
Well, Dave, for Joey Logano's 22 team, they come into this race ranked 8th as the fastest pit crews, but that's not really a correct remark, because last week ahead of Martinsville, they made a key change in the jackman position. Braxton Brandon was replaced by Graham Stoddard. After last week's race, they were the fastest pit crew on pit road, so keep an eye on this 22 team, who will have the first pit stall, and this pit stall has won the championship
I'm
the
taking
last
some
2
bites.
years, right?
It's a team sport, and you see the teams right now.
Leaderboard's still not
getting
ready yet,
for
which
this,
is
the
annoying.
biggest moment of their lives, trying to win another title. Again, a reminder, a driver change from this morning. Ty Gibbs out of the 23, and behind the wheel of that car.
Hayes' car is off, and they're coming to 3 and 4. Going to be 312 laps around this 1-mile raceway. Time to settle it all. The last race of the NASCAR 2022 season. We are green. Logano already diving low, and he's clear with the lead.
The field fans out from the start, but then funnels right back down into turn 1 and turn 2. Still 3 wide, back for position.
We've seen a lot of the cars go across the apron on the front straightaway. They have not done it, avoided it. Try not to upset or damage the bottom of the cars. How much will they do that today?
I'll have the raw feed going as soon as I can.
That apron, just shortcutting the gauntlet, trying to make it a shorter route to turn 1.
It's up. Okay.
It picks up a little dirt on the tires, but once they claim that, the bigger worry is the diffuser, damaging that, dragging that off, shortening that up, changes the downforce.
The underbody. They don't want to damage any part of that underbody. Kevin Harvick right along with the Ford Performance onboard camera. Harvick right now running in the 9th spot, looking forward to William Byron there in the 24.
You see already how wide this racetrack is. We expect it to only get wider. Look, basically 3 wide. Everybody trying to find out where their car drives well right now.
For a career, the best in Phoenix has always been Harvick. 9 wins as we see Chastain trying to make his way through traffic, and one difficult maneuver will have to be to get by the 11 because they have had a history.
They have.
Bell's up to 17th already.
He's already picked up 5 spots.
Chastain's up to 20. Actually, Bell started in 17th. He hasn't moved diddly dick.
Picking up more spots than any other driver throughout the year.
Chastain's picked up 6 spots since the start. Elliott's gone nowhere, neither has Logano.
Chastain still being raced hard. Michael McDowell in the 34 just behind him that he was able to get by. And now he sees the 20 of Bell just in front as we see the 11 of Denny Hamlin. He went all the way down on the apron.
Not only are they worried about how that might damage the car, but it is absolutely rough on the driver transferring on and off of that apron. Marty, what you got on the 1 car?
Ross Chastain Jr. showing why he was the fastest car in practice, trying to continue to gain spots here and get around those Joe Gibbs racing cars. I asked Phil Surgeon, the crew chief, what progress do you want to see early on from
right now? Elliott 2.8 seconds behind Logano, which I can't imagine a more miserable fate. Way to start off the race.
After the 2/3 mark, that's when we can go race for a championship.
You know, Marty, that's a great point, and it's a different rhythm than what these championship guys normally do during the year. You're racing for stage points. You have to push immediately. You got to race all day long to get those stage points. But today, for those 4 guys, it only matters where you finish. Who can accept that tempo and understand that the goal today is where you are at the end of 312 laps?
Worldwide Express giving us this view from on board with Ross Chastain.
We see a lot of cars way up the racetrack already.
Okay, this race started basically noon time. It's going to be hot and sunny all day. The track probably will not change.
Going up the racetrack to use what's still there, finding speed and grip.
8 laps in, and Logano has about a half a second lead over Ryan Blaney, one of the best cars in practice we saw on Friday. Then it's Briscoe, Larson, and Elliott, the top 5. And the top 2 are separated themselves. 2 seconds in front of the rest of the field. And still we see those 2 following right on that yellow line. Trying the bottom of this racetrack all the way around.
Not a surprise really early in this race to see teammates Logano and Blaney pacing the field. In practice, they had the best race cars. Really, I thought Blaney had the best car, and I think they really helped the setup with Logano. Both of them clearly exceptionally fast right now, but this track's going to change. And you're going to have to stay on top of it and make changes all day with it.
We just saw the 1, Ross Chastain using that high line as he's trying to still get by the 11 of Denny Hamlin. Running a little bit higher, but the 18's in front of the 11's down
there's
below.
the Bell and Chastain, their progress has stagnated.
Now clearing that 11.
Yeah, these in this dirty air right here, all these guys are really trying to go wherever the car in front of them isn't. As we ride on the Toyota Cam of Christopher Bell, looking off the back bumper, his teammate. Last race, his teammates with Kyle Busch here, down the back straightaway into turn 3. See him go in different directions, trying to get clear.
Yeah, Hamlin and Kyle Busch, by the way, have the longest streak of 2 drivers being teammates, having been teammates since from 2008 to 2021. 2022.
Richard Childress Racing in 2023.
Great battle right here. Look how high they're pushing 1 and 2 already. And And drivers love that because you said it a second ago, Junior, is it gives you a place to go. Rather than just follow the guy in front of you and get caught up in the wake of their dirty air, you can go run somewhere else in an effort to try to pass them.
Frankly, I'm trying to figure out the math there. Something isn't clicking
But in the
correctly.
next gen car, for that opportunity to be able to downshift for the lower groove, makes that bottom even more
Bell
competitive.
moved up to
So
15th.
beat these guys on the top when they can
Not a lot of
go
passing on the
different gear and
top.
accelerate off the bottom of the corner.
See Harvick up to 7th. That's about it.
Cup Series, I mean, anywhere from 92 to 97 laps. So they'll be able to complete this first stage without having to worry about fuel. And still, Chastain cannot clear these two Joe Gibbs Racing cars. So he has Keselowski on his outside now. He goes down to the apron through
up to
1
lap
and 2,
13.
trying to
It's
get by
a
the
60 lap stage
What
to
he's doing,
start.
he's making the shorter route around the racetrack, but the momentum that the 18 car is able to carry off of the corners is what Ross Chastain has to deal with. He's going to beat him into the corner and through the middle just like that. But now the 18, look at the straightaway speed that keeping that momentum helps. But now Chastain, he's just going to keep doing it. Like, he knows he's faster. If he can just get that one run, then he can clear Busch. Right there, he tried to run the top. It did not work for him. Now he's got to migrate back to the bottom.
Down on the bottom of the racetrack, everyone chasing after Logano. Now every lead change is a chance to win $100 of Busch Light Beer money. Follow at Busch Beer on Twitter and tweet hashtag Bushline Leader, hashtag sweepstakes whenever there's a lead change for your chance.
Yeah, I'll wait for a lead change, but right now Logano's got about a second lead on Blaney and 5.3 seconds on. Oh fuck! Truex passes Elliott. Oh great! This is not going to be a fun day. Logano's the only driver I don't want to win. He's an asshole on the track, and unless he blows up or gets DQ'd, it's gonna be a miserable day. Bell up to 14th. And he won but Logano, unfortunately. Okay, Blaney was the fastest car the last lap. No, Truex was, actually. I won't mind a Truex win. As long as Logano doesn't win the championship, I'm happy.
Over Ryan Blaney, Parker.
Right, Rick, he's led every lap so far, but often we wonder as we go in this
And Blaney is picking up the speed now.
we wonder how teammates can work together for the 22 car.
Both Blaney and Truex were faster the last lap.
Setups in those two cars, which allows you to transfer information between the two. Take a listen to the team radio on the 22 recently.
Blaney was at an 05 at the resident 22. In the resident, his left side isn't in the dark yet, but it's close. Blaney's been one of the highest. Looking at some of the guys in the back.
Last lap, Logano did not have such a great lap. He was slower than every car behind him up to 10th. So second through 9th were all faster. I mean, Blaney scrubbed off a 10th.
That much easier, Dave.
Chase Elliott has lost one position back to 6th, and Jeff Burton mentioned the fact that this track will change, and that's probably a good thing. I asked Richie Gustafson what he liked about this car in practice. He said it turns pretty well, but Chase can manage the car.
Ooh, a bad. Something happened to that 12 is coming up. considering the gap just, oh dear, something must have happened right there.
With the track as it changes, Marty.
Dave, the social media world was buzzing this week with Ross Chastain's
And Blaney just lost a second. No, something's wrong with the 12. He's losing a ton of time.
on social media for that clip from the
He must have had a bad turn because he lost us over a second.
something he's never done in his life. He bought the Wi-Fi on the airplane. He said, I had to make a dent in the text somehow. He's only returned about 400 of them. But Junior, I gotta wonder, if he wins the championship, how many texts would you get then? I'm guaranteeing it's more than 1,000.
Oh, I don't know, man. That's thousands a lot. I think the most I ever got for a wheel was maybe a couple hundred. That's way up there. You're not as popular as Ross.
Well, Fernando Alonso's tweeting about him. I mean, you got worldwide exposure as to what Ross Chastain was able to do a week ago. Blaney has been running a little bit higher line on both ends of the racetrack, and sometimes when you do that, Jeff, it can hurt you.
Yeah, well, you got to push the edge. The only way to find out is go up there. But right here, Blaney just up into the wall.
Smack the wall, of course.
Harder than you'd like to hit the wall. This
Getting
car
some of
is
his speed back now.
resilient. You can see the marks on the right rear of that car. Dave.
Fastest
That's
track
actually
car
a
last
good
lap.
practice for them.
Bell.
So far, so good. Jeff staying on track and still running in second place. He had just reported that the car was tight on entry into 1 and 2, and he was moving up.
Fastest last lap. Blaney.
Sometimes that happens.
And he did run faster than Joey. Joey eventually went up there and matched his lap times. Joey knows there's speed up there if he wants to get up there and use that line. The 12 though has brought the car back under control and now running quicker laps again than the leader.
There's no real issue right now for Joey. Like, he can go up there.
Elliott
He's got
repassed
such a lead
Truex
and
for
it's so early
5th.
in the race. Like, you don't want to make that mistake and damage the car. Now, you are going to have to go up there to learn what your car needs to run there, because if you got to go there to win the race, you don't need to wait to the end of the race to go there. You need to learn it right now, but do it cautiously this early.
I know it's a lesson that he doesn't want to learn, but can Joey Logano learn something from running with lap traffic? Because he knows that at some point...
Logano must have had a really bad lap there. He was slower than everyone up to 15th, which is called Custer. Technically 14th is slower the last lap. Wait, that's all. So
Now, Chase Elliott seems to be kind of regrouping a little bit, performing a little bit better. He was falling off a little bit, now he's running down the 5 or trying to.
Yeah, Truex, when this race started, he was driving to the front. He was really fast. Right when the green flag dropped,
it's called short runs and long runs. Learn them. We're about halfway to the stage right now. Garrett Smithley a lap down. BJ McLeod a lap down. Cody Ware a lap down. Next would be Todd Gilliland in 33rd.
When he mentioned he's going to come back next year, that would be the last year. He's open-ended. He's not really made a decision on retirement.
Yeah, Chastain moved up to 14th.
He's going to keep coming back. Got a great team around him and a great opportunity to try to get the victory lane today. If not today, they're going to be a strong team next year.
This year hasn't been fun for Martin Truex Jr., and that's why he's ready for 2022 to be done, but he is still excited about the possibility of getting back to victory lane. He knows he can do that. He knows with that organization, Joe Gibbs Racing, they can continue to succeed and run for a championship, but it was a surprise to all of us when Martin Truex Jr. went the entire
Logano's long run speed is starting to fade. Slower than 2nd through 6th. Elliott had the best lap in the last lap.
It's made it so competitive. Every team is more competitive each race.
They really are. And talk about Truex riding along the Xfinity mobile cam with Chase Elliott's car. They came so close this year to winning races. And think about Miami a few weeks ago. Just had a problem on pit road. Got, slowed down Mrs. Fox.
Ryan Blaney fastest lap. Last lap.
Didn't get it done. It just seemed like all year
And Blaney has run the single fastest lap of the race.
Halfway through stage 1. And you guys mentioned they'll be able to get to the end of the stage without taking fuel. Be able to go about 90-95 laps without taking fuel today. We think they'll probably split stage 2.
Now you're saying that because Steve has told you that?
Yeah, I talked to my
maybe
buddy
texting
Steve.
us.
Buddy Steve. I had a lot of help. We talked to a lot of crew chiefs this morning trying to cover the bases. We'll never be able to do it as well as Steve. Sees all these things coming at him well before we do, but
Thank you to everyone who's coming into the stream. Thank you all for everyone who got me who helped get to 1,000. It's a group effort. I'm very glad. I'm happy to have all of you on board. Hello, Martin, to the Discord. Nice to meet you.
As we ride along with Logano. A racetrack where you're going to see shifting. They'll be on the brakes as well.
All right, so free in, free off, tight through the middle. Drives in the corner. The back of the car isn't as secure as he wants it to be. It wants to spin out. Then he gets toward the center of the corner, tries to turn the car. The car doesn't.
Elliott got passed by Truex again. Now, maybe it won't be so bad if Blaney wins the race, because then we get our final winner.
So if you're running 20th, you got all those same problems, but it's doing it way worse.
Some of the fastest laps being turned by Joey Logano out in front of the field here in Phoenix.
There will. Just take a minute. Look around you. There's history being made. Has been. Will be. How can there not? Just something about those blue skies, high banks and high speed. All
Todd Gilliland goes a lap down. That should be landing Castle in 30 seconds.
and it'll be here sooner than you think.
We're Carvana, the company who invented car vending machines and buying a car 100% online. Now we've created a brand new way
Blaney,
to sell your car.
now within
Whether it's
less than
girl
a
or
second
2 years old, we want to buy your car.
of Logano.
So go to Carvana, enter your license plate, answer a few questions, and our techno wizardry calculates your car's value and gives you a real offer in seconds. When you're ready, we'll come to you, pay you on the spot, and pick up your car. That's it. So ditch the old way of selling your car and say hello to the new way at Carvana.
Your name is Dr. Ben Song. You were the lead physicist on a time travel project called Quantum Leap. You time travel into other people.
If the person I leap into dies,
You die too.
good to know.
This is Henry, and this is Salesforce Customer 360. It tells Henry's hotel to heat his room hotter than a habanero, which weirdly is exactly how he likes it. Wow your customers in a whole new way with Salesforce Customer 360.
Guys, there's something on the ship. There's something with us here.
What do we do?
Get to the escape pods. Go now!
Okay, I'm an alien, and I got these claws. I'm climbing the wall now.
Logano's down to less than half a
You
second.
need to finish the special effects.
Does that look good?
And if you want to save by bundling home and car insurance, you need Geico.
Guys? Uh-oh.
See how much you could save by bundling with Geico.
Is that gonna be a problem?
Make sure to download the official app of NASCAR. You can follow the action with free live scoring. There's in-car cameras as well as radio broadcast. All you have to do, search NASCAR in your app store to download, and you can start a free trial. Let's get a few more updates on Champ 4, and we'll start with Dylan Marsh.
Christopher Bell runs 13th right now. Has advanced a couple spots up from his 17th starting position. And this is an encouraging sign for them. They were not very good in practice and not great in qualifying. A little bit better than they were in practice. But Adam Stevens says at this point, there's no way to really know how good we're going to be until the race gets going. So
Bell to the 12th. He passed Allmendinger.
was turning a little bit better, but he's been picking them off as he comes to them. So good signs right now for the 20 cars. They try to just pick them off, and he moves to 12th, Marty.
Blaney's within. 0.2. No, not 0.2. No, really. Okay, within 0.3. Excuse me.
Your lap times are looking really good here. That 47, 55 are amongst the best lap times right now.
So the Championship 4 driver openly asking both his crew chief Phil Surgeon and his spotter Brandon McReynolds, help me here, coach me a little bit. Since then, they've gained 2 more spots. Parker?
Well, Marty, for the leader, Joe Logano, he doesn't need to ask that coaching because he has...
And a lap traffic coming into play.
Lap by lap, the lanes of the
Ty Dillon goes a lap down.
He has gained on him as he's cut down that lead from over a second as they run into traffic here. But it's not just Blaney. They're telling him the line to Chase Briscoe's running in third. Kyle Larson in fourth. Lap by lap updating because Joe Logano is one of those drivers that just wants all of that information, and then he goes out there and applies it lap by lap and is changing his line constantly when he gets that information. Really fascinating listening.
The 15 going a second lap down.
You're talking about changing your lines as you catch lap traffic the way we see.
And the 77 about to go a lap down. Next would be LaJoie.
You wouldn't be driving where that car is. You got to get by people, and you take that opportunity to learn, okay, what about car drive like in that lane? How do they drive in this lane? And sometimes, Junior, you actually find a faster way around the racetrack working around lap traffic.
We see the 12 has closed the gap now. It was a 1 second advantage that Joey Logano had, but now Ryan Blaney has come within 0.2 of a second. So he is trying something different, maybe a little faster, long run car than the 22 has.
I think that Ryan can be more aggressive. We've already seen him hit the wall down in turns 1 and 2, and he can really be more aggressive early in the race. We talked about Joey. He's going to have it dialed back with the lead. He's going to be careful. He knows that the next championship grid is several positions behind. He's not way up the racetrack in the grip or in the resin. He's dialed that off the wall just a little bit, and that's going to cost him some lap time. If he wants to go, he knows he has a little more speed in this car. There's definitely some more in this race car for him. I'll tell you, this guy right here, Christopher Bell, you and I both, Junior, on Friday were very concerned about the speed of this car. But right now, he may have the fastest race car on the racetrack.
He does, actually. Last lap, Bell was the fastest car. And whatever was off yesterday, they fixed it.
So a good start of the race for this team. Obviously, this team racing with heavy hearts.
He's up to 11th. He passed Burton. Meanwhile, Chastain has not been made any leeway since making it to 14th.
To help make this team better today. You talk about the clean air. All the cars around him are running the fastest laps on the racetrack. Christopher Bell, Cindric, Reddick, Harvick, all the top 3 or 4 lap times the last time by. So the traffic on the racetrack playing a critical role.
Okay.
The field spread out all the way around this 1 mile track. Logano now with a 4/10 of a second lead. You see Elliott running in the 6th spot, trying to chase down Martin Truex Jr., but Truex Jr. is almost a second and a half in front of him.
Truex got back around him. So Chase struggling with finding out how to get his car more consistent. He's complained about being consistent this entire playoffs. Now he's being hounded by Byron Dave.
And they believe they were going to be beyond some of that inconsistency, Junior. We'll see how that works throughout the afternoon. It was interesting when I talked to crew chief Alan Gustafson this morning about 2020 when they won the championship. Remember, they started in the rear of the field after technical violations and pre-race inspection. I asked, did that energize you guys? He said, oh yeah, we knew we had to come and we had to come hard. And so I asked him about today. He said, well, we qualified 5th. We're not the best, but we're not the worst. He said, I like where we're at. We still have a little bit of work to do, but it's not the same energy as we had in 2020. They hope they can parlay it into the same end of the day.
2020 in a championship. We mentioned this is a team sport. They're only 12 laps, now 11 laps away from pit stops in the teams.
Of course, being at the stage break.
This is our family gathering.
This is how we settle sibling disputes.
You may not be related. We're not.
Knock out your cold with Vicks DayQuil Severe. It starts to relieve 9 of your worst cold and flu symptoms to help take you from 9 to 9. Power through with Vicks DayQuil Severe. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, sore throat, 9 to 9 medicine.
Muchos hablan por hablar. Nosotros preferimos dejarte sin palabras. La Acura MDX Type S, una nueva era en Performance Premium.
While we're here, I might as well discuss points once more. NASCAR has 2 important points battles: top 25 teams and top 36, and bottom 3 cars.
Your name is Dr. Ben Song. You were the lead physicist on a time travel project called Quantum Leap. You time travel into other people.
Just gotta find that.
The person I leap into dies?
You die too.
Good to know.
Is it Patrick? Or is it magic?
Anyway, why don't we take a look at it?
Use a different kind of power. Titans, Chiefs, Sunday night. On NBC, it's...
Anyway, teams-wise, top 4, 5, 22, 10, and 20 and 1. Of course, making the final for the owners. Beyond that are the other 12 that made the playoffs. The 11, the 24, the 9, the 99, the 14, the 45, the 3, the 2, the 8, the 18, the 48, and the 4. After that, we get to the rest of the top 25. 17th is the 12, and 18th we have the 19. 19th is the 43. 20th is the 10 car. 21st, the 17. 22nd, the 31. 23rd, the 31. 22nd, 31. 23rd, the 34. 24th, the 23. 25th, and 25th is the 6. They have a 30-point margin on the next car, so I'm going to assume this is not going to be changed. 26 this is the 16 for Collie.
Everville. Looking down on this 1 mile racetrack here in the desert. Aerial coverage brought to you by Geico. Logano still out front, 0.8 of a second gap over Blaney, but see look at that. Bit of close call there between Blaney and the 7.
Yeah, I saw some contact between them even before this. The 7 was hard to get around for Logano, and then Blaney got there, and he gets physical. He don't waste any time.
Yeah, you mentioned how long it took Logano to get by the 7 LaJoy. Well, that worked out okay because there was no pressure behind Logano.
Anyway, Blaney got lapped. No, LaJoy got lapped, and next is the 47 of Stenhouse.
Joey's going to have to find a way to push that in.
Logano's troubles lapping to the field, though, have helped the other cars gain back some time. I mean, Elliott's only 3 seconds behind. Only.
But they ran these guys down. There's the duo of Penske up front, 14 of Briscoe, Larson. They've caught up pretty quick, chopping into that lead. We wonder now.
Blaney's right there. 3 laps to go on the stage.
To change the bounce that car. Still struggling here, trying to get around the lap car of Stenhouse. Is going to go to the top. That'll help out a little bit.
That would put the 29th place car, Stenhouse, a lap down. They have just 2 laps to go.
Next car to be lapped to be the 31 of Justin Haley.
For the teams to make some adjustments. Blaney's going to take that high line. He's going to try to get around Stenhouse as well. Now Stenhouse goes a little bit higher, and Blaney looks to the inside.
Chastain moved up to 13th.
Wasn't able to find victory lane in 2022. A 7-time winner at the Cup Series. 1 lap to go in stage 1.
Here's a battle for third. They are all over each other here. Briscoe, the 5 of Larson. Truex, maybe in the back of the 5 down into turn 1 here. That was tight.
35-point races have taken place, and points were very important after every stage. But for the championship 4, it doesn't mean a thing. No points.
As they make their way to the green and checkered flag, Logano in stage 1, Blaney 2nd, Briscoe 3rd, Larson 4th, Elliott 5th, Truex 5th, Elliott 6th, Byron 7th, Harvick 8th, Reddick 9th, Cindric in 10th. We're now about 20% of the way through the race. Leave me alone, sex spots.
Championship 4, fighting for every position on the track.
I've created a monster.
This is supersonic Wi-Fi from Xfinity. It's fast. So gaming with your niece has never felt more intense. Hey, what does this button do?
No, don't! The fastest internet on the largest gig speed network, only from Xfinity.
You have the power to rebel against active ankylosing spondylitis with Rinvoq. Want to own the day as if AS doesn't stop you? Need to take a stand as if AS doesn't keep you down? Fight back with Rinvoq. If you still have AS symptoms after a TNF blocker like Humira or Enbrel, Rinvoq is different and may help. Rinvoq, a once-daily pill, can significantly relieve back pain and stiffness and improve functional mobility, making everyday activities easier. That's Rinvoq Relief.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers including lymphoma and skin cancer, death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occur. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Rebel against AS. Ask your rheumatologist for Rinvoq. Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Hey, you can't sit on the fence.
On the Samsung side, they have folding phones and epic cameras.
But we're waiting for all that to come over here.
Why? It's already over there.
Because that's what we do. We wait.
NASCAR on NBC is brought to you by Ford. Built Ford proud. And by Credit One Bank, a credit card company. All right, Junior, pit stop's about to take place. As an owner, you sat on the pit box yesterday. How nerve-wracking is this for this first pit stop?
Most times, it'd be like this every pit stop for these teams this race. And as you're sitting down there, you know the weight of the situation, the importance of the championship is on your shoulders. If you make a mistake in any other race, you can rebound. There's always next week. There's always time to recover. But you do not want to make that mistake today. And so you feel that pressure. That guy right there, if you're standing right beside him, you can feel the tense moment as these guys feel these cars. These cars start coming down pit road, man. It starts building and building and building. And the nervousness on the pit box among the crew members, it's at an all-time high today. Throughout this day, especially that very final stop, they will be asked to do exactly what they're supposed to do, and they do not want to fail.
Trying to do pit stops in under 11 seconds. I mean, the fact of the matter is they're going to change 4 tires and add, potentially 20 gallons of fuel, and they'll have to wait on the fuel. It's that fast, and it's that choreographed. Dylan, here they come.
Good progress for Christopher Bell. Went 17th to 11th. So we were respectable.
All right, let's see how this goes.
From crew chief Adam Stevens, just help me turn a little bit better in the center of the corner. 4 tires and fuel, Marty.
25th to 13th for Ross Chastain. Let's see what the number 1 ranked pit crew can do on pit road for him. He said he was a little too free and hurting the right rear on exit. And important to note, Dave, he was the fastest car for several of those laps at the end of the run.
A 10.4 for Bell.
They said I'm a little edgy to turn 1. If we could do the track bar adjustment we used to do, I'd say put it down.
10.8 for Chastain. 10.2 for Elliott. And 9.9 for Logano. Winner off pit road. Logano, Larson, Briscoe, Byron, Truex, Elliott, Blaney, Harvick, Bell, Chastain.
Briscoe, Byron, all gaining some spots there to stay up top.
Larson got to go for that owner's championship.
Well, some use a different kind of power. Chiefs, Sunday night on NBC and streaming on Peacock.
Is Dad posting a farewell to his favorite college freshman? No. He's switching his choice cashback category to gas. The road to college can be emotional, but also rewarding.
With the Bank of America customized cash rewards card, you just can't stop getting rewarded.
When we started Carvana, they told us that selling cars 100% online wouldn't work. But we went to work, building an experience that lets you shop over 17,000 cars from home, creating a coast-to-coast network to deliver your car as soon as tomorrow, recruiting an army of customer advocates to make your experience incredible, and putting you in control of the whole thing with powerful technology. That's why we've become the nation's fastest growing retailer, because our customers love it. See for yourself at Carvana.com.
That's a pretty tight spot.
Watch this.
Your Buick Park system. That's so you.
Of course you know where we're going. That's so you.
I got a 6 cents.
And a head-up display.
They're here.
You brought all these players in your Buick?
Yeah.
so you.
It is. At the heart of every Buick SUV is you. Get 3.99% APR for 72 months and no monthly payments until 2023 on these Buick SUV models. Buick, ranked the #1 brand in the industry for new vehicle quality.
Introducing Discover Online Privacy Protection. We'll help remove your personal data from 10 popular people search websites. Because the thing about your personal information is that it should stay private. Online Privacy Protection. Free from Discover.
Looking down on Phoenix, and such a beautiful facility here, as this is the championship site for now the 3rd year in a row. Want to check in with Rutledge Wood, and run already an emotional day for Joe Gibbs Racing, but how about the fact that this is the final race for Kyle Busch with that organization?
Unbelievable, Rick. You know, it really is the end of an era. Over 200 races in the 3 top series for Kyle Busch. You think about all those wins since 2008.
Pepperoni, bacon, sausage, mushrooms, peppers, and a bit of meatball too.
How far they've come together as an organization. But really, one of the most special tributes this weekend is his car still has that M&M's paint scheme on it, but it is filled with thousands of pictures of those Rowdy Nation fans. I know a bittersweet weekend for Kyle on many levels, but amazing to see how many things Toyota Racing, and Kyle Busch accomplished together. Wow, what a run.
Yeah, you think about what he was able to do with this organization, and you go back to 2015, and a wreck in the Xfinity Series race at Daytona takes him out of the car for 11 races, but then he comes back, qualifies for the playoffs, and wins the championship that year.
Dumbest, one of the most undeserved championships ever.
Behind you. Let's go to Kyle Petty on the Peacock Pit Box.
All right, guys, so far in the Xfinity Series and the Truck Series, the guy that won the first stage won the second stage and then won the championship. You see that changing?
I do see it changing. Ross Chastain was really quick. It's all about track position, though. You got to go on this restart. If these guys can get track position, they can shake up Joey a little bit.
Hold on, guys. I'm on the phone to Vegas. See if there's any live press on Joey Logano. Back to you, Rick.
Pace car is rolling off. They're lined up and ready to go.
As the field goes 2x2 again, they choose either the inside or outside line. Logano, he chose the inside line. We've seen that high line get a little bit more speed. The 5 of Kyle Larson came off pit road second.
Yeah, and you talk about Ross Chastain, how important the pit stops were. He picked up.
What happened to Blaney? He's a nut.
Also the best on restarts. You see, get the ball right here.
Here we go. Green, green, green. I had to skip ahead a bit because I realize I'm a little delayed.
Fight for second. Briscoe on the inside, Kyle Larson on the outside, right next to each other. And 3 wide for third.
Now that all these drivers met, the time to test out.
It's Lionel Logano leads. Briscoe and Larson fighting for second. Here comes Christopher Bell joining the fight for fourth. It's among 4 drivers right now. Bell, he has the heart.
Championship 4 contenders side by side, 4th position. Right now fighting for that 6th spot.
Chase Elliott, that 9 car, he actually crossed that yellow line with his left side tires. Sometimes if you do that, the car will get really upset and get away from you.
And again, Logano pulls away. Almost a half a second lead already over Briscoe, and now Larson.
Bell will clear Elliott
Mixing things
for
up
6th.
as well.
Second place in the championship.
But the 9 surging forward in turn 3.
Well, he had a bad pit stop. He's trying to work himself back up to the front. Dave.
Jeff, I went and talked to the crew, and they showed me the tape. The hose got stuck under the front splitter when the tire changer was coming around the front end. He said it should have been a lot worse. It was actually a pretty decent save.
Well, that's sometimes, Dave, you take a bad situation and you can make it worse, or you can minimize the damage, and that's what they did. You're going to make mistakes today. You just cannot make one so big that you can't recover from it.
Truex roaring along now, trying to make the pass on Briscoe for 3rd.
Truex is on the outside. Byron behind the 19 car trying to follow him into turn 1 as well.
Clearly, Logano has the best short run car. It's the longer runs where that 22 starts running into trouble.
what you got on 14.
But it takes a while to get there.
Well, Junior Rick mentioned how they made it to the round of 8 for Chase Briscoe and Stuart Haas Racing. And he told me earlier this week, it almost made it worse that we were so close to winning the race at Las Vegas. Remember, he was up front, handful of laps left in that race, and a shot to get to the championship 4, and he lost the lead and went further back. So he said, listen, I want to go further with this race team. I know we have the capability to make it to the championship 4. But Jeff, I think a huge step forward for Chase Briscoe in his development this year. He'll be a championship threat next year.
Yeah, I think he'll have a real shot. He struggled so hard on his rookie year. He just did not have a good rookie year at all. And then came out this year just swinging and did a really good job. Parker.
Chastain's a ninth.
Another team I think you can put in that category as a championship contender in the future and showed a lot of flashes of brilliance this year is that 24 of William Byers. He dives below
Passes Briscoe for 4th.
They've had an interesting start to this race for a while there. In stage 1, the team couldn't hear William. They were trying to get a hold of him. He couldn't respond. Eventually, just towards the end of the stage, they could start to hear him again, so they cleared up those radio issues. He's moving forward. This team told me before the race they felt like they have a top 5 car, and they're showing that right now.
Saw the 14 car get passed by William Byron right there. Off of turn 2, Briscoe had to lift off the gas, lost grip either on the front or the back of the car, immediately out of the gas, giving up that position entirely. Let's take a look. See him right there? Something happened. He slipped the back, slipped the front, whatever was going to happen. He was going to hit the wall if he didn't slow down the car. Good recovery, but fighting a little balance issue.
Briscoe drops back into that 5th position now. And again, Briscoe won here earlier this year. That's the way he got into the playoffs. Dylan.
Taking a look at Christopher Bell just behind Chase Briscoe, has been on the move since this restart, up to 6th now. And Adam Stevens, the crew chief, made an adjustment to help their short run, to help free Christopher up. And it's paid off here in these opening laps. Keep in mind, too, despite their struggles so far this weekend on pace, I think that these guys still felt really confident about what they were going to have here today, just because of the style of track it is here at Phoenix. They won at Loudon, a flat mile racetrack like this one is, finished 2nd in Richmond.
So you got a lot of people starting to come in. Hope you're all having a good day.
Bigger short track, and knew that they were going to have a similar package here.
So Giggles isn't the winner.
12 car Blaney taking a position away from Chase Elliott. Concerning for Chase, he's now dropped back to 8th position. The further back into this field you get, if your car's not driving good, the further back into the field you go, the worse your car will drive. Those problems will get worse and worse in that dirty air.
We've seen this throughout the playoffs, Junior. This team coming into the playoffs, a lot of people's favorites. Seem like
all right. Finally, we have a lap where Logano did not have the fastest car. That would be the 24.
A lot of racing left. Right behind him, the 4 car, Kevin Harvick, and then the 1 of Chastain. Both those guys trying to find a way around this 9 car as they battle.
In the championship 4 as they run now all 4 of the contenders inside the top 10.
Chastain fell back to 10th.
In that 10th
Elliott's in 8th.
All the other playoff drivers have moved forward from their starting positions.
Can confirm now again. 24, fastest car on track. Then it's the 19, and then it's the 5, and then the 14 and 22 are tied. Actually, I just gotta take that back. Blaney was 2nd fastest, in between Byron and Truex.
What's unique about the playoffs in NASCAR is that you race everybody else.
And it's a 125 lap stage.
Right now, those guys are putting a lot of pressure on Chase.
Last lap, fastest lap was Briscoe. Truex was faster than Logano.
And Blaney, after losing spots on pit road, he's gaining them back on the racetrack.
Blaney passed Bell.
Practice as well.
Rick, interesting bottom of screen there. Kevin Harvick trying to pass Chase Elliott. Harvick's car was pretty good that run. In fact, he told crew chief
fastest car, Logano.
What I think it needs to make me any faster, and you can see he's going forward again. As for Chase, he really contemplated what he wanted before they made some changes on that pit stop, and I don't think they helped him much. He's been very silent on the radio and is losing positions instead of gaining. Elliott's team will have to make some major changes before this race becomes his.
This stage is twice as long as stage 1, so there will be a pit stop.
Fastest car, Blaney. Faster than the leader, Truex.
Our leading crew chief believes that they will split this stage in half. Run about 60 laps to come down pit road.
He thinks pit road will open around 122 as far as about there when they come in for green flag pit stops. And again, putting all that pressure on the team. The drivers trying their hearts out to get every position on the track. Well, hey, race fans, when in Las Vegas, stay where the racers stay.
Go 20, boo long. Are you talking about what, booing Logano? If so, then I agree with you. He's the only one I don't want to win. And also, hi, Lorthane 001. Welcome.
Little damage to the 77 here.
Oh, yeah, Stenhouse crashed.
Totaling broke on the left front of Landon Castle's car, and this is Stenhouse with damage to the nose. Saw Stenhouse
Right before they went to commercial. Oh dear, that thing's punched in.
Lapped early in that first stage. They were racing 28th and 32nd. Landon Castle.
So 77 broke a toe link.
Turn 2 gets
Sideways.
hard into the
Plowed right into the back.
More contact.
And that's a back hit. That.
So damage to the right front. Steering on the 77.
Yeah, there's nowhere for Stenhouse to go. He's on the brakes right here, and just once you get on the brakes, you lock the tires up, it won't turn. And if you don't get on the brakes and lock tires up, you hit him really hard. So it's just a bad situation for Stenhouse to be in.
Both cars are going to be on the DVP, the damaged vehicle policy, and that means that they'll have 10 minutes to fix the car. If they go behind the wall at any time to fix the car, they would be out of the race. These cars have been known to be so rigid and so durable after hitting a wall. A lot of times you would have seen years past that the car would be out no matter what. There was nothing that somebody could do, but now they've been able to fix these cars.
So this is
Doesn't change the fact that they're concussion. They can cause concussions.
Windows around 95 where you might run that long on a full tank of fuel. So this puts a interesting situation for some teams. Some teams could fit here.
Oh, the hiccups. Yeah. Haven't let Logano since he knocked out Kansas way back when he's 20 got revenge. Hell yeah. I love it.
It's been 20 laps that they have run on this set of tires, so
we're not gonna take it.
To see what that'll do for the handling.
They got 8 sticker sets. That's about 35 laps per set. We talked to crew chiefs saying that 15 or more laps they were likely to come to pit road because there's a lot of fall off here with this tire.
And we see Joey Logano leading the field now onto pit
They're
road.
pitting.
For Christopher Bell said the first 2 to 3 laps of that run.
Short runs or Logano's Primos, so some good fresh tires will help.
More in the direction than they did the first time, trying to free him up just a little bit more. 4 tires and fuel and another chassis adjustment, Marty.
Dylan, to confirm what Bill Jr. was saying a moment ago, they cannot make it to the end of stage 2.
Bell with a 10.1, a pretty good pit stop.
And I'm tighter, but not enough help on throttle on the exit of the corner. That's my biggest problem. They gave him 3 spots last time, Dave. Let's see what they do this time.
Chastain a 10 flat.
Entering the corner, but it is tighter. I know I'm slower, so they'll make a chassis adjustment here for Goodyear tires.
Oh, Elliott 11.1, Logano 10.2. Winner off pit road is Eric Jones, Logano, Larson, Truex, Briscoe, Blaney, Bell, Byron, Chastain, Elliott. Jones had 2 tires.
So that gives control of the race up from Logano. So we'll see how he can do.
Probably get it back.
The race leader here in Phoenix.
This is a glimpse into the not-too-distant future of Lincoln. What's also nice? The prequel is pretty sweet, too.
Any job at Amazon can turn into a higher-paying career. For employees looking for security today, we offer good pay, health care on day one, and the flexibility to spend time with your family while making a living. For opportunity tomorrow, free technical training moves employees into higher-paying jobs in fields like robotics and software engineering.
They actually train you in software development. It has tripled my income.
At Amazon, today is just the start, and tomorrow is what you make of it.
Don't want to spoil the fun too soon.
Hi, I'm Chris, and this is my headspace. I was looking for
something to calm my mind. I was anxious. My job wasn't really going very well. I didn't know where to go, and that's where
And right now, let's see how the restart goes.
I applied to the Transforming Anger course, and that really helped me with my daily anxiety and my irritability. I'm now a better person and father.
This is Henry, and this is Salesforce Customer 360. It tells Henry's hotel to heat his room hotter than a habanero, which weirdly is exactly how he likes it. Wow your customers in a whole new way
Anyway.
with Salesforce Customer 360.
Custer stayed out, so Logano will not be on the front row. Okay then.
Monday, it's the last week before the new year. Don't miss the action-packed fall finale of Quantum Leap, 10/9 Central on NBC and streaming on Peacock. So the two-tire stop, it will be Eric Jones and the 43 team that will be up front. And they will be up front with Cole Custer because he stayed on the racetrack as well. But really a lot being made of the 43 team Petty GMS. We just found out Jimmy Johnson has become a co-owner, I guess you would say, of the organization, and it will run a limited schedule in 2023. So back into NASCAR.
Yeah, some different strategies. The 41 and Cole Custer, they stayed out. They're trying to make something happen, trying to get track position, hope for a caution. Everybody else is most likely full of fuel. They're going to have to save about 2 laps if they're going to make it all the way to the end of the stage.
And these teams are going to be watching very closely.
Here we go. Restart. Logano diving down as I expected he would. They rarely spread out. Logano's probably going to easily take back the lead. Almost 3 wide. Yeah, so Logano's going to eke it out as expected.
Logano just got clear of it.
Cole Custer on the outside of 3.
Look who managed to sneak his way up, though. It's Blaney's up to near 5th. It is 5th, 4th, 3rd. 5th, 4th.
Cole Custer hanging hard on the outside here. On them older tires, 20-some laps on those tires. Trix dives to the middle. 3-4 wide here.
Chastain is going to be 3 wide.
But Logano is near unbeatable on the shorter runs.
20 back there. 3 wide. 3 championship contenders here, Rick.
Yep, door to door to door.
Don't wipe each other out, I swear to God.
Just gets in front of the 9.
So close. I can't believe how close that was.
You saw all the smoke come out of the one car when he dropped down on the flat on the dogleg of the front straightaway. It drugged the back of that car. Teams and drivers are nervous about damaging the car doing that.
Now Chastain.
Oh, the 20's so loose.
Way up the racetrack.
Huge save right there.
Oh, geez. I was looking straight at it, and I somehow missed it.
That was a bad deal.
Bell fell back to 14th. Takes about 10 laps for people to start matching Logano's pace.
Watch how loose he gets right here.
And already, we're at 3 laps since 3 to 5 laps since they restarted, and Elliott's already 3.5 seconds behind Logano.
And that was the contact right there. Contact. The one car. As he goes across the apron. See it dragging that bottom of that undercarriage, and that will take a little bit of downforce away as you wear away what's underneath there.
Bell all the way back to 13th now. We'll see if he's able to dig out of the hole that he just put himself in. Logano still up front, 1.3 seconds. The advantage for Logano over Larson. Chastain, the next highest Champ 4 runner, in 7th. Elliott is 9th. And Bell back there in 13th.
Bell's trying to get around this 41 of Cole Custer and can't really turn down the racetrack until he clears that 11 of his teammate, Denny Hamlin. Finally does that. Going to go to the bottom, clear this 41, and move on, try to regain some of those spots he lost. Settle in, calm down. That was a big moment. Be thankful that you're still out there with no damage. A lot of race left to try to find his way back toward the front.
True, we still have 216 laps to go.
Working on now the 43 of Eric Jones. Remember, Eric Jones started up front with that 2-tire pit strategy. Marty.
That is now 6 for Ross Chastain, Rick, and we talked about how he has the #1 ranked pit crew on pit road. They've gained him already in 2 spots, or 2 stops, 4 spots on the day. These spots early on in this run, very key because their strength has been the longer.
Blaney, fastest car.
And proof of that earlier this year, they started way in the back, and they got into the game late in the race. Now, they're already in the top 6. That's got to give Jeff, this team, a ton of confidence to go from 25th to 6th.
Yes, it does. And on top of that, you just heard the driver say much better balance. So the pit crew is getting it done. Having great pit stops like he's done all year. And crew chief, Bill Sturgeon, he's making great changes. So
Last lap, fastest. Well, this lap, fastest. Blaney and Briscoe tie.
Seems to come down to this final race. We really don't talk about the crews all that much or really rank them or handicap them, but we come into this race and we know how big a role they're going to play, and they will make a difference in that final stop. So far, Ross has had the upper hand all season.
We'll see if, when it counts, if that team can step up. Battle second continuing as Ryan Blaney has really charged back to the front. Such a strong car for that 12.
It's been impressive. He lost all that track position on pit road, and through the restart they haven't all went well for him, but man, has he gotten the pace. I mean, the 22 hasn't been challenged. The only other car that's been close is this one right here, this 12 with Blaney. Blaney had the best 5, 10, 15 lap average in practice the other night. We knew he was the best car. 22 learned a little bit of what they were doing, improved their car.
12 car to second spot.
Running as well as Piskey today.
Blaney goes by the 5.
Man, the 22, so good.
That 5 of Larson. It was
It was more 15 laps before it starts to kick in.
Championship. It's been that long since we've really talked about it in the Cup Series, but this year there is the possibility of a different driver and owner championship, and the reason for that, with Kurt Busch winning a race earlier and then getting out of it, the 45 was still a part of the owner's championship, and that's why it has split up as we enter this final race of the championship, Marty.
Quick quiz for you, Rick. Do you think Rick Hendrick has reminded Kyle Larson, hey, you're in the Owners' Championship? There's a lot of money on the line for Hendrick Motorsports today. Larson won the title here as a driver last year, and he had an interesting comment.
Finally, it's starting to flip. All right, Blaney, faster by at least about a tenth and a half the last lap. So is Larson by just a fraction.
Yeah, it's difficult because you don't know what to tell your team to get better. If you really like your car and everything it's doing, how can you get any faster? What do you fix? There's no push, no loose in the car. Just need overall speed and grip. Crew chief doesn't want to hear that. Just give me more grip. That's like, you can see them roll their eyes from the pit box when you tell them make my car have more grip.
Chastain trying to pass Briscoe for 5th.
Half-second lead. He's led 101 laps here today.
Commercial, wonderful, but yeah, Blaney's starting to reel back in Logano as he has the fastest car. Ross had a faster lap than Logano the last lap as well by 4 1/1000ths. New laps updating. Blaney faster by 0.8. Oh wait, by 800ths. Not Chastain that lap though.
Coming. Get your tickets now at NASCARclash.com.
There's never been a better time to get away. With a great deal on the Hyundai you've always wanted. With America's best warranty and up to 3 years complimentary maintenance. It's your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Hurry in to get our best deals of the season. Get in and get away. Get 0% APR financing plus 0 payments for 90 days on select vehicles. Now, during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Don't wait to hear it from others. This will be in the tabloids. Because the new voice coach is making headlines. I'm not impressed.
That's what a very threatened person would say.
The Voice, streaming on Peacock.
Chicago Wednesday is TV's #1 night of dramas. When this community calls, we respond.
Every single day.
One city. One family.
One Chicago.
Stronger together. Chicago Wednesdays on NBC.
Think Dad's searching doggy diet plans for Josie? No, he's switching his choice cashback category to home improvement.
Anyway, not much going on otherwise. Let's, well, looking at the, let's see. Blaney's down to 1.897, but those two are the fastest cars.
NASCAR fans can view every lap of NASCAR Cup Series races from inside the cockpit of any car they choose. Live in-car camera streams for the entire field. Visit NASCAR.com/driver. You can download the NASCAR mobile app today. Looking back on those drivers, a little bit of action here, Jeff.
Yeah, Alex Bowman, first race back after sitting out for 5 races.
Bumping Austin Dillon, waving his fist.
That continued on corner
exit.
Smoke flying, guys racing hard. Alex Bowman getting back into the rhythm, Dave.
He's really trying to, Jeff, and one of the reasons he's trying to is because his crew chief, Greg Ives, is crew chiefing his final race for the time as a full-time crew chief on pit road. There is Ives there. He's taken Alex through the transition to the 48 full-time after Jimmy retired, and Greg has been a racer his whole life. What is interesting is that Ives wanted to come off the road and spend more time with family and friends. But as Alex walked through his journey, having crashed at Texas, the concussion-like symptoms and not coming back, he remembered that he'd walked through that with Dale Earnhardt Jr. as well back in 2016 when he was the crew chief on the number 88 car. And Junior, I know you appreciated Greg then, and you know what he's going through with Alex now. They wouldn't have put Alex back in the car if he wasn't ready, but this race is very important for both of them.
Alex was ready last week. They had the car ready.
Bowman right now in the 18th position.
Forward with that, but it's great for Alex to be able to check this box. Also for Greg to have his driver back to finish that final race together.
We're on lap 113 now. We've passed the 1/3 mark of the race.
His birthday was this weekend. He was there for her birth, but he's never.
Logano is slower than all the cars behind him up to Bell. So he was in 12th. So second through 11th is faster.
He's a great leader, and it's just awesome to see him be able to change his life and do what he wants to do.
And that's what Steve has always talked about, our crew chief, and how much time you spend away from your family in this
Blaney's getting it down to 1.5. I believe Logano started. I think actually Logano might have the faster. It might be the lap traffic that's really messing it up for Logano. Inability to get through it. Oh! I thought the 31 hit the wall. That would be in the 26th position.
Just solid year.
Well, best year Michael McDowell's ever had. 12 top 10 finishes this season.
And watching these guys go at it, the racing in the back half of the field is more intense than
New update with timing. It was Logano that had the edge. No, Chastain was the fastest that lap.
You guys was how much they race each other in the back of the field.
But he was the only driver faster than Logano.
Positions. They all want to be able to move forward. They've done some good work this year. Both of these drivers had some good results. And this team in particular, I think with AJ going there full time next year, everything about that's going to get better. We've already seen AJ have some pretty impressive runs this year in the Collie car. That's going to help this 31 car.
And part of the silly season, AJ Allmendinger making the transition from Xfinity Series to the Cup Series. He'll drive full time here as we see Joey Logano trying to put another car a lap down.
78
and Parker.
McLeod.
Yeah, so we're seeing lap 116 here. He's led all but 3 laps, absolutely dominating right here. And I think this really goes back to what we've heard all week from Joe Logano, even back to Championship 4 Media Day when he made it very clear this team had time to prepare and get this car ready. Then they went out and won the pole. So I asked him this morning what the sentiment was like, and he turned to me and said, don't let the others up for air. Meaning he feels like the other Championship 3 have already been beat. It's their championship to lose here. Right
Elliott passing Eric Jones. Or trying to.
Not getting complacent in that car. He has been updating the team lap after lap on the handling as it's changing corner by corner.
Blaney's now within less than a second. He was almost 3/10. No, he was 3/10 faster the last lap.
9 of Chase Elliott able to get by Eric Jones. And so Elliott trying to move back forward. He's up into the 8th position. Chastain in front of him in 6th. Of course, Logano up front. The furthest back of the Champ 4 in 12th is Christopher Bell.
Joey Logano, he is out front by over a second from his teammate Blaney.
Okay, the last lap, Logano had it
They
better.
still have some work to do to get into this stage.
It was interesting.
And he's worried about the fuel right there. When do I need to start doing what I can to save? That's either not shifting the car, trying to lift earlier off the gas. He's got a really healthy lead, and his teammate, his sidekick, Blaney, back there behind him again. And they can definitely save enough fuel to be able to make it to the end.
Let's watch this telemetry. Pay attention to his shifting. There's an upshift. An immediate downshift. So no fuel savings, it appears to me. Watch the RPMs. Getting pretty high up in the RPM range before he shifts. If he wanted to really be saving fuel, he could shift much sooner. Less RPMs is less fuel burn, but he is not concerned at the moment. Marty, how about Ross Chastain and his fuel situation?
Boy, Jeff, that's what just came over the radio just a moment ago. Phil Surgeon said, give me 5 laps without shifting. So the same exact thing Joey Logano, the message he's getting, they told him not to shift here. Let's see if Chastain does it.
And you see he did not downshift into that corner. There will be no shift here down the front straightaway. Down that if he doesn't shift in 3 and 4, he certainly won't shift down here. And to your point, Jeff, when you downshift, you raise the RPMs, you burn more fuel. This is a very minimal way to save fuel. Lifting early, lifting like way early, using less brake, also reduces RPMs, saving fuel.
And that is one of the troubles in not shifting, is that now you have to use more brake. Because when you shift, the RPMs go up, and that's engine braking. That slows the car down in and of itself. Now you start to use more brake. You have to be careful not to over-slow the car, because then you have to use more throttle to get it going again. So it's a real delicate balance for a driver and how to save fuel.
And Phil Surgeon's watching all this on top of the pit box. He told him right before, he said, don't shift for 5 laps. He said, we're about 3 laps short on fuel for making it to the end of the stage. So, Jeff, not shifting for 5 laps, would that buy you those 3 laps you need at the end of the stage?
Well, the thing about today's world, Marty, is that they know. They have great tools that they can calculate. Oh, big loose right there for Chastain. That's one thing that you got to think about, too. Downshifting, the car doesn't drive as well. You just saw Chastain get really loose on corner entry. But they can pretty much tell how much fuel that car is burning and if he is saving enough fuel or not.
And one thing this does, it puts everything on pause in terms of battling for the championship. If you're saving fuel, you're not on the offense trying to move forward. So everything about the championship battle sits and waits until this fuel savings is over.
Somebody who is definitely advancing and trying to get to the front is Ryan Blaney. We'll see how much pressure he puts on Logano when he gets to him. Logano still up front here in Phoenix.
It's the season of joy, and Michael's has everything you need to make it magical. So
all right, anyway, coming up on more cars to lap. See, Ty Dillon and Buescher being the next 2, but Blaney's now within almost within half a second. Fastest car last lap, Chase Elliott. Unfortunately, he's 7.2 seconds behind.
On NBC, it's streaming on Peacock.
Hello. I saw you move in, and I wanted to welcome you to the neighbourhood with some homemade biscuits.
Oh, that's so nice.
And a little tip, Geico could help you save on homeowners insurance.
Oh.
Cookies?
Biscuits.
Is there a little nutmeg in there?
Oh, it's my mum's secret recipe.
You can tell me.
It's a secret.
Is it cinnamon?
It's my mum's secret recipe.
Call Geico and see how easy saving on homeowners and condo insurance can be.
I'll come back for the plate.
That's a pretty tight spot.
Watch this.
Hey.
Your Buick Park system. That's so you.
Fastest lap, Chase Elliott.
So you.
Scrub 3/10.
They're here.
Or maybe actually,
You brought all these players in your Buick?
Yep.
maybe.
So you.
At the heart of every Buick SUV is you. Get 3.99% APR for 72 months and no monthly payments until 2023 on these Buick SUV models. Buick, ranked #1 brand in the industry for new vehicle quality.
Introducing Discover Online Privacy Protection. We'll help remove your personal data from 10 popular people search websites. Because the thing about your personal information is that it should stay private. Online Privacy Protection. Free from Discover.
The official app of NASCAR Tracks lets you stay up to date on the latest race and event information from all of your favorite tracks. Search NASCAR Tracks in the App Store to download for free. Give that a try. Want to go through the field? We'll start with Parker.
And Rick Joey Logano continues to dominate this race, but think about what he might be able to accomplish here with this 22 team in 2022. Remember, this is the start of the next-gen era. The first race was at the LA Coliseum earlier this year. Who won it? The 22 car, Joey Logano. If he's able to go out here and win at Phoenix and win the championship, he will dominate it this first year in the next-gen car, Dave.
Keep in mind, if Ryan Blaney got around his teammate Joey Logano, and Blaney won the race, and Logano finished
Blaney is very close, within half a second. But Elliott is the fastest. No, he's not. Briscoe was fast. Okay, last lap. Okay, let me see. 0.72, 0.668. It was Blaney.
3 races of 2022. Remember, he won in Miami a couple of weeks ago. Cliff Daniels, his crew chief, told him a moment ago, you and the 19 right behind you are the best cars on the racetrack. We can get past those 2 cars in front, Dylan.
Nice run going for Martin Truex Jr. He runs in the 4th spot right now. Not a playoff driver, but remember, they were in the playoffs on points, but didn't win and got bumped out. So feel like they certainly belong up here at the front of the field. Biggest struggle for them this year, and it's been a year of struggles, is just finishing races where they run all afternoon long. So a good start for now, but trying to finish in the top 5 or better for Truex, Marty.
Chase Briscoe trying to sweep the year at Phoenix. Remember, he won here earlier in the year, back in March. Having a really good run right now, since the car's a little bit too free, although they get a little bit better the longer they run. Right behind him, Ross Chastain. They asked him to continue not shifting. They have not saved enough fuel to make it to the end of the stage. Chastain saying the car just really struggling with rear grip exit on the exit of the corner, Dave.
Kevin Harvick runs next. He's in the 7th position. Rodney Childers told me this morning, I'm hoping...
Yeah, looks like Blaney has not been able to make a... He's still getting closer, but not... You got to make that pass eventually.
And he's going forward. As for the 9 of Chase Elliott, what is his condition? Listen.
I felt pretty good the last 2. Freer this run, just helping me stay turn, but the back feels like it's locked down. Better this run. Stay with it, bud. Long way to go here.
So freer this time, but the back is more in the track, and that is better for this driver, Rick.
And Blaney's here. He has caught up to Logano, and this will be the fight for the lead. Again, Blaney looking for a win in 2022. Logano looking for a championship. Logano has been dominant. 131 of the 134 laps, and now 132 have been led by Logano.
You do not want to go through a year without winning a race, and Ryan Blaney knows Joey Logano needs to win this championship, but he's going to put pressure and try to win this race himself. I don't think he's going to put Joey in a bad situation, but it matters. It matters to you and your team to go win.
And we've seen this situation develop before when Joey catches flat traffic, the 12 almost in the wall off of turn 4 there, and this is where we are again. Joey's catching the back end of the field. That's going to slow him down as he finds it challenging to get around these slower cars. The 12 will lurk. I don't think that Blaney will push the issue as the 22's trying to pass lap cars, but he will stay close enough if Joey should slip up, right?
Yeah, right.
Really get out of the throttle, and that gives the 12 a clean pass.
Yeah, Joey Logano has led 133 laps today. That's awesome. He does not want to hear this. He's only won 1 of the 5 last races after leading at least 130 laps. So, yes, running great early feels good, but it does not accomplish the goal. You got to continue.
We're not halfway. You're not even halfway through the race yet.
Continue to execute both team and
Ty Dillon goes a lap down. Next is Busher, who's up ahead.
All over you for jinxing him for that boat.
Oh, I get way worse than that.
Oh, please jinx
you
him.
mentioned earlier, and I think it's just because it has become so normal that the champion has always won the race, but the champion doesn't have to win the race. The champion just has to finish in front of the other 3. So if Blaney does pass Logano Logano's still in the great seat for winning a title here in the Cup Series. He doesn't have to win the race. He just has to finish in front of the other three.
For example, right now, he just has to beat that car right there in front of Kevin Harvick, the one of Chastain, way up the racetrack in 1 and 2, chasing an extra grip, way down to the bottom in 3 and 4. This guy is moving around. I love it. You got to have a driver that's willing to go searching for speed.
Well, we know Chastain will go about anywhere to find some speed. We saw that a week ago.
Well, we talked about it. You know, he is not afraid to try things. You see that, how much he's working the wheel. Again, watch his right hand. Let's see what he's still, is he still not shifting? See right there, it's still no shift. So why does that matter? Well, the car drives completely different. Every driver will tell you they love the downshift because it makes the car drive so much better. He's
Oh,
not
shit.
doing it.
I'm sorry, I didn't even see it.
So his car is not going to drive as good as it will when he can start shifting again. He's just trying to save fuel to make sure he can get to the end of this stage.
This battle right here continues between Eric Jones and Christopher Bell for 10th position.
Blaney's not able to catch up in lap traffic.
That position. Dylan, he's got on the 20 car there.
Yeah, he's not thrilled with the balance. Just says it's less grip than we've had all afternoon long.
I gotta hope for Logano to have a pit snafu.
Something Christopher told me earlier this week. He said, this playoff run for us has been such a roller coaster. We've gone from feeling like we're out, and then we're not
Holy, 1,021 subs. Thank you guys so much. Oh my god. We hit that sub goal that I wanted. And I'm pretty sure we hit the view goal as well.
There's nobody besides this 20 team that knows this
We did.
isn't over until
823.
way to go for them to make up these spots.
Awesome. Awesome.
And the 20 car, their 2 stops are the fastest of the 4 championship guys in the hunt. And so while that was a problem for him at the start of the year, I think that is exactly why he's here today. They made a change with that pit crew. It really turned this team around. He had fast cars, just couldn't get off pit road. Now he's able to get out there and win races. They've actually turned that whole team around this year. He's a little bit frustrated with his 43 here, trying to get around him. He's going to need those pit stops to continue to be strong throughout the afternoon.
Using the momentum.
Chris Buescher got lapped. 2 more cars get lapped. Alright, 3 cars that are next are all in the same second. McDowell, Haley, and Keselowski.
Bell up into the 10th position as he puts Eric Jones' spot back.
You remember that big slip he had earlier in this run, and he's working him.
Yeah, unless he blows up or gets a
but it's taking him
speeding
forever.
penalty
He gave up
if when he
4 or
hits.
5 spots in a lap, and now all the work he's got to do to get it back. It's just so hard when you give up spots on restarts.
Well, the next generation of Wi-Fi is here with supercharged speeds faster than a gig. Unbeatable internet. Made to do anything so you can do anything. Xfinity, proud premier partner of NASCAR.
All right.
If you have... My nana used to say there's the right way and then there's the Lopez way.
Anyway, the pit stop, I believe, no, the stage ends at lap 1985.
Lopez versus Lopez, streaming on Peacock. Don't wait to hear it from others.
This will be in the tabloids.
Because the new voice coach is making headlines.
I'm not impressed.
That's what a very threatened person would say.
The Voice, streaming on Peacock.
This is Henry, and this is Salesforce Customer 360. It tells Henry's hotel to heat his room hotter than a habanero, which weirdly is exactly how he likes it. Wow your customers in a whole new way with Salesforce Customer 360.
Tonight at 7, 6 o'clock. You see a rocket ship head up in the clouds.
Hey, you can't sit on the fence.
But on the Samsung side, they have folding phones and an epic camera.
But we're waiting for all that to come over here.
Why? It's already over there.
Because that's what we do, we wait.
This week is your chance to try any Subway footlong for free. Like the Subway Series menu. Just buy any footlong in the app and get 1 free. Free monsters, free bosses, any footlong for free. This guy loves a great offer. So let's see some hustle.
All right, McDowell got lapped.
On NBC, and it has been the Joey Logano show up to this point. He has led 145 of the 148 laps. He talked about the 2020 championship and how dominant of a car he had there, but didn't win the title. And he continued to say it has ate at him ever since he was not able to finish.
Cry harder.
Win that championship, a second title. Now he's looking for that second title, and he doesn't want anything to stand in between him and lifting the trophy at the end of this race.
Yeah, well, he's led every green flag lap today, so he has had the speed, no question. His teammate Blaney been right there with him the whole time.
They're both in lap traffic. Larson's catching up to them as Truex.
Even though they were not shifting, asked the driver to save fuel. Some are talking about not being able to make it, and others are showing no concern. Let's listen to Joey Logano and his team.
Try a couple laps here with no shifting so we can see what our mileage goes to, please.
All right, so there's the word. So here's the telemetry. And so, he's still shifting.
If you're wondering how the teams understand that information, they basically have, car data, RPMs, and all those things.
Haley gets lapped, so next would be Keselowski, who's just up ahead.
They can watch all the RPM and the information they're getting from the car and the telemetry of the car, and that data will tell them, hey, this is how far you can go. When he starts to change what he's doing inside the car, that fuel mileage will change in live time on the monitor on the pit box.
Yeah, it's not a fuel burn meter like you would expect. It's really predictive software measured through RPMs, and teams have gotten really, really smart throughout the years.
Marty.
Rick, this is a very interesting fork in the road in terms of the championship. They've had a long conversation on the one radio with Ross Chastain. They've decided to back the pace down, continue not to shift. The car's going around them right now, both Cole Custer and Kevin Harvick. They pitted. They have fresh new tires on, and you see Chase Elliott catching him from behind. Phil Surgeon told Ross Chastain a moment ago, the 9 has given up trying to save fuel to make it to the end of the stage. They've started picking up their lap time, so we're seeing different strategies. And there you go, the 9 coming to pit road, Dave.
Giving up 8th place, Marty. Interesting strategy call by Alan Gustafson. Yes, he told his driver, go ahead and go back to shifting because we are not going to make it. And then he becomes one of the first to play this strategy, to get the fresh Goodyear tires on first, to put the Sunoco fuel in first.
Here comes the pit stop.
32 to go in it. They'll certainly make it to the end now. We'll see how this plays out.
Don't screw it up.
Man, this is really a terrifying situation for these guys to be laps down to the leader.
10.4.
In the middle of this race. If they get a caution right now, it's a big trouble for them, losing a lot of track position.
Tell me about it.
In my eyes,
The 24 also pitted.
They came in, pitted early, put tires on to get new tires on, to go as fast as they can to the end of this stage, thinking and hoping some others are going to have to pit or run out.
And the pressure being put on the 22 of Logano by teammate Ryan Blaney. But he can save fuel if he wants to stay out front.
Bowman pitting.
The second, still separating the top 2. Parker.
They just reminded Joe Logano as the teammate Blaney got closer to the rear bumper. No shifting here. We're still worried about fuel. And the interesting part is back when they pitted on lap 87, the team felt good about them making it to the end. But as you guys noted, it was about 10 laps ago he was asked to stop shifting. They reminded him not to shift even as Blaney gets his rear bumper.
48 of Bowman.
Getting so close. Please, Blaney. Come on. I never root for Penske, but I'll take Blaney over Logano.
Stayed on the racetrack. They have not been to pit road.
And Joey's lap time's really not that slow. Everybody, running a 29 flat that last time by. That's pretty much what everybody in the top 10's running. Marty.
Meanwhile, they've asked Ross Chastain, who sits in 7th, further back behind this battle, to slow down, do not shift, and now they're going to give it up for Ross Chastain as well. I think Phil Surgeon is about to call him to pit road. It was just too much of a risk for these guys. Now they've seen the 9 have fresh Goodyear tires on, and those lap times are impressive.
Oh, they're getting like a second a lap. Here comes Blaney trying to get to the inside. Come on. He's got a lower line. Lower entry into the 3 and out of 4.
But Blaney challenging him on the inside.
Come on! Come on! Get him! Get him! Get him! Get him!
He just wraps around the bottom.
New leader, the 12.
Logano just drives by him.
And the Logano trying to look to the inside. There he shifted.
Man. This makes me a little nervous about this car being able to make it all the way to the end.
Please run out of fuel. I just want him to suffer.
Speed, the
Custer gets out. Oh, he's already a lap down.
Custer on new tires.
So now let's go back.
Custer gonna try and unlap himself.
Pit. You can see him on the telemetry. Here he is right here. Way ahead of him is the leader, Blaney. Right now, that 9 car is a second a lap faster. So what he's trying to do is make as much lap time as he can to try to get all the way back around the racetrack with 26 laps to go to unlap himself from Ryan Blaney. 1 second of a lap faster. That's what he's got to make happen.
William Byron right there behind the leader. On newer tires will unlap himself shortly.
And again, now it's 19th on the lead lap. So 19 cars on the lead lap right now. Daniel Suarez.
Byron unlapping himself.
Byron, Kozlowski, McDowell, Haley, Chase Elliott, Busher, Ty Dillon, Allmendinger, Bowman, Custer, all a lap down. Take a look at this. Christopher Bell.
Bell passing Chastain.
And Chastain backing up right here. This isn't the radio of the 20 car.
Some guys are worried about fuel. We should be fine. We get within 15 to go. We might think about saving a little bit. Just keep pressing here.
Adam Stevens is so calm and cool on the radio there. So
A two-time champion crew chief.
Thinking about saving fuel. Parker.
Well, Joe Logano's team told him to stop shifting. They were very vague about the situation with fuel, which angered Joey. Take a listen to his radio.
How short am I? Tell me. We were 1 to 2 when we started. 1 to 2 when we started.
That was after about 15 laps of asking him not to shift and to save fuel. He'd asked repeated times over a couple laps to get the info. They finally told him it was 1 to 2 laps short, but they also noted his last couple laps in terms of fuel save were right on the mark for them, so he should be in a good position fuel-wise.
And he's still shifting. He's only running about maybe a tenth slower than Blaney.
I mean, Blaney is already a second ahead of him.
I wonder if they did give him enough information for at least, they gave him the information. They told him multiple times, but apparently Joey, not understanding the seriousness of the situation, has that put them in a difficult situation here late in this stage?
Yeah, there are times that the engineers, crew chiefs, they get in their computers and they get in their strategy, and the driver doesn't even know that conversation's going on.
Oh, please let Logano run out of fuel. Please, please.
I know that much sooner if you want me to save fuel.
21 laps to go in stage 2. Can they make it? Now, that's the question. Blaney, Logano running 1 and 2 here in Phoenix.
He's about 2 seconds
when you get a chip
behind.
in your windshield, trust Safelight. This couple counts.
Suarez unlapped himself. Elliott's would be the next car to try and get all the way around.
The spotlights have shined before. On February 5th,
7 seconds ahead of the next car in the championship hunt.
unlike anything in LA. You coming? Get your tickets now at NASCARclash.com.
We're Carvana, the company who invented car vending machines and buying a car 100% online. Now we've created a brand new way for you to sell your car. Whether
You got 19 laps to go to the finish.
We want to buy your car. So go to Carvana, enter your license plate, answer a few questions, and our techno.
I mean, he's gonna get passed by Truex at this rate within the next 2 laps or so if he continues at the rate he's at.
That's it. So ditch the old way of selling your car and say hello to the new way at Carvana.
We've hit 1.02 subscribers today.
Chicago Wednesday is TV's #1 night of dramas. When this community calls, we respond. Every single day. One city. One family. One Chicago. Stronger together. Chicago Wednesday.
No, I have no idea if Elliott was able to unlap himself yet.
Let's do this.
Even if he didn't, he get the free pass, which is good. Problem is the laps marker has not changed. Okay, Logano is.
Show me some. Come on. This is the one.
All the cars who pitted, Byron is the farthest ahead. He's in 16th. He's running about 0.7 seconds faster than Blaney and 0.9 faster than
Switching
Logano.
his choice cashback category to home improvement, so he earns more on a new doggy door.
Ooh, Blaney had a wacky lap there, a
With the Bank of America
29.72.
customized cash rewards card, you just can't stop getting rewards.
Elliott's unlapped himself successfully.
Traveling down the boulevard of boyfriend's past.
He's also
During Mattress Firm's Black Friday sale, save up to 60% with Beauty Rest.
Alright, Logano's gap to Bell is 6.5 seconds.
Unlap himself. He was able to get back by Ryan Blaney and a huge
ninth position. So for this to work out for them, in a perfect world, they would be able to drive back up to at least that position. Now, they may not have had a choice. They were going to run out of fuel anyway, so they just went ahead and pitted and tried to make up this space, Dave.
And Jeff, that position would be 8th. So right now, if you look back, he is 20.
He's got to make up 12 positions in 14 laps.
How pleased the driver is.
Keep going hard. All these guys are staying good in front of you every spot we get. Yeah, copy. Actually, you're driving really good. I don't know why, but it is awesome.
Harrison Burton was a car that needed to be passed.
But remember, the balance wasn't exactly there for Elliott earlier. So new data point for Alan Gustafson trying to tune on this race car.
It is a new data point.
Blaney's starting to slow down, probably to save fuel. I don't know if Logano has that memo, or if he's got, maybe he thinks he has enough to go all the way now.
It does under caution, and sometimes the car drives so good right here, you're like, okay, buddy, that's what we need. That's the changes, and then you go and restart with all the traffic and everything.
And Elliott passes another car, which is Hemrick.
They're going to have to still stay work. Great news so far. The car's better, but don't assume it's going to be better on a restart with every other car.
I would love to know what that phenomenon is. Every single pit stop under green, my car was looser. Every single pit stop under green, my car was looser than any kind of pit stop under caution throughout my entire career. And so, yes, the green flag stop will change the balance of your car to a looser condition. And we also got to remember, while these guys that are pushing the envelope on fuel, pit road closes when they get within 2 laps of the end of this stage. So it could be a double issue.
And we're more than halfway through the race now.
Fuel, come down a closed pit road as well to get that service.
You get penalized if you come onto the pit road when it is closed. Want to take a look at the Xfinity fastest lap, and that is
the race. Blaney.
Ryan Blaney, 27.22.
1,000th faster than Logano's best lap, by the way.
Out in front, and you see 88 laps run. We talked about the fuel window was somewhere between 90 and 95 laps. Some thought they could stretch it to 97. But we've heard a lot about fuel saving, so that is the big question. Blaney, Logano, the championship for us, Bell and Chastain, all on this same strategy, trying to get to the end of the stage without going to pit road for fuel.
You see Martin Truex sitting there running third. You know, we know he is not in the championship hunt, so he will be a little more aggressive in regard to
10 laps to go on the stage.
It doesn't work out for him. He's going to go home knowing he's going to race again next year. Logano is not in that situation. Logano cannot afford to run out here. He cannot let
Elliott passes Bubba Wallace. He's probably not going to make it back to 8th unless cars ahead of him pit.
And burning too much fuel and therefore running out of gas.
However, at least Moses make it to the end.
Christopher Bell, we're still good. We're plenty good, but save me just a little bit of insurance.
Elliott passed Austin Dillon for 16th.
Stop shifting, but he's not going to catch the car in front of them, which at the time was the 4 car. He's caught the 5 of Kyle Larson, who's really saving, but they told him, you're not going to catch the guys in front of you for position, so just get us to the end, Marty.
Dylan, 30 laps ago, we rode on board with Ross Chastain, and he stopped shifting. He has not shifted since then. In fact, we saw Christopher Bell go by him and a host of others. He has slowed down intentionally, trying to make the end of the stage. Jeff, I cannot imagine the nerves for Phil Surgeon, all these crew chiefs on top of the pit box. This could be your season, and you're thinking you can make it to the end of the stage here with 8 to go.
Junior, you don't come into a race thinking I'm going to win this race by riding around slow, right? But the situation that presents itself to you, you just have to adapt to it. And you got to understand what the goal is at the moment. And that's what we see most of these teams doing. Everybody's nervous with 7 to go. That they're going to run out of gas.
The last 2 laps on your field, that's what we need.
He's getting that great information from his spotter, Coleman Presley, and so he can trust that. He believes everything Coleman tells him, and he'll do exactly what he needs to do. He understands the last couple
Elliott to 15th. Probably not going to pass any more cars because the next car is about 4 seconds ahead of him.
Even if the 19 passes us, what you've been doing, we have to have, even if the 19 passes us.
information. He doesn't know that they're okay with the 19 going by. They need to let him know, hey, man, allow him to pass if that's what you have to
About
do. We'll
6
give up that
seconds,
position
a little less
gladly.
than 6 seconds behind, ahead of Bell.
Not worried about the 19 if he hits you. 5 to go.
Such great information.
Because when pit road closes with 2 laps to go, again, it's not going to reopen until the field all gets back in line in the position they're supposed to be. So that could be another maybe 1 or 2 laps under caution that they've got to be able to keep that pace. They can't stop or run out of fuel even while they're under caution.
That's probably why the 20 car crew chief was asking its driver to give him a little bit of insurance here.
Letting other cars that have pitted by.
You can save. Man, I really wanted that a while
It's
ago.
so close. Like, they're probably going to go 100 laps on one set of fuel, on one tank of gas.
This is a gamble, just holding on to some track position. Logano still controlling the championship as he's in front of Bell, Chastain, and Elliott. But it's Blaney right now who is in control.
They're at the absolute limit of their gas
2.2 seconds
right now.
with just 3 laps to go until the end of the stage. Marty?
Rick, here's one thing to consider. They just told Ross Chastain on the radio. It's
Elliott
one
to
thing
14.
make it to the end of the stage, but Jeff, you got to make it back to pit road, right? There'll be some laps between the end of the stage and that's what they're working on right now with a 1.
And that is a great point, Marty, because when they throw the caution, they're not going to immediately come down pit road. They're going to ride around a few laps. Yes, you can save a ton of fuel. You can get the car shut off.
Can you get it back? Can you get it started again?
It still takes fuel to get it back around the racetrack.
Pit road's closed. No turning back.
2 laps to go. Pit road is closed. So they are not going
Let's
to
see
be able
who
to come
saved
in
and who
they
didn't.
have a problem. And the car sputters. Logano holding on to second. Blaney out front by 3 seconds as we come to the end of stage 2. Coming up on 1 lap to go right there. 1 to go for Blaney as he crosses the stripe.
See who runs out of fuel and who doesn't.
Allmendinger just in that 16 car.
Elliott made it up to 13.
12, almost into the wall.
Maybe out of fuel.
The 12 out of fuel.
The 12 of Blaney.
Blaney.
Struggling hard.
Yeah.
He's going again.
Yeah, I think he's out.
Oh dear. No.
Some kind of problem. I do believe he's out.
Blaney out of fuel.
Very difficult. He's going to end up winning the stage.
But how is he going to win the race?
He crosses the stripe and wins the stage, but does he have enough fuel?
Blaney, Logano, Blaney's out of fuel. He misjudged it.
Yeah, you can't cycle the engine. What if it won't refire?
Blaney, Logano, Truex, Briscoe, Harvick, Bell, Byron, Larson, Reddick, Cindric.
Okay.
Sorry, what?
Okay. He's talking about front brake.
Okay, never
Might have
mind.
been an issue there. So Blaney wins.
Okay,
the
Blaney
stage.
did not run out of
Logano
fuel.
in front of
Okay.
Bell, Chastain and Elliott. Pit stops coming up here in Phoenix.
As much as I wish he did. Elliott made it up to 12th position on his tires.
There's never been a better time to get away. With a great deal on the Hyundai you've always wanted. With America's best warranty and up to 3 years complimentary maintenance. It's your
So
turn.
Blaney did run out of
Every
fuel.
mile at the
Okay.
Hyundai Getaway sales event. Hurry in to get our best deals of the season. Get in and get away. Get
Never mind.
0%
Okay.
APR financing
I'm checking
plus 0
Pacra,
payments for
so
90 days
I
on
guess
select vehicles.
wrong.
Now, during the Hyundai Getaway sales event.
Chicago Wednesday is TV's #1 night of dramas. When this community calls, we respond. Every single day.
One city.
One family. One Chicago. Stronger together. Chicago Wednesdays on NBC.
Introducing Discover Online Privacy Protection. We'll help remove your personal data from 10 popular people search websites. Because the thing about your personal information is that it should stay private. Online Privacy Protection. Free from Discover.
Is it Patrick? Or is it magic? Well, some use a different kind of power. Titans, Chiefs, Sunday night. On NBC and streaming on Peacock.
NASCAR on NBC is brought to you by Credit One Bank, a credit card company, and by Novartis. 2 stages in the books. 1 stage remains in the championship for the 2022 season. The 12 still running, so not a fuel issue for the 12, but maybe a handling issue that they'll have to look at when they come to pit road this time. These are going to be a little bit longer stops because they're going to have to fill these tanks full of gas because they have run them almost completely dry.
Yeah, update on Chase Elliott. Remember, he pitted running from 8th. He got all the way back up to 12th.
They all saved on a
Too
fuel.
loose was the report for Christopher Bell, and it didn't get any better on that run. They'll make another swing out of here. 4 tires and 2 full cans. Adam Stevens said, wait on me. We've got to get this thing full of fuel, Marty.
Same for Ross Chastain. You could feel the palpable sense of relief, though, when they made it to the end of the stage, and he makes it to the pit stall as well. Fired off really good, he said. Just no
Bell 10.7.
And they, too, waiting on the fuel, Dave.
No waiting for Chase Elliott because they stopped in that stage. He will need less Sunoco fuel. That should pick him up spots on pit road, Parker.
Chastain at 10.5.
In the run, but did a masterful job holding off Martin Truex Jr. He will
10.5 for Elliott. Oh, Logano, bad pit stop! Logano, bad pit stop! Blaney, Briscoe, Harvick, Byron, Logano, Elliott, Cindric, Larson, Chastain, Truex.
Is going to be Christopher Bell. Logano still holding serve.
Peacock. Dear road rivals, you may have 4 wheels, headlights, and a similar build, but our resemblance.
So Logano lost 3 spots on pit road,
It's been
and
named
Elliott
best-selling car in
is
America.
right next. He's going to be next to him.
Twinsies. If you try harder, maybe you can catch up. Later, Toyota.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan with roadside assistance. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Chicago Wednesday is TV's #1 night of dramas. When this community calls, we respond. Every single day.
One city.
One family. One Chicago. Stronger together.
Anyway, last stage will be 127 laps. The last 127 laps of the year.
Hotel to heat his room hotter than a habanero, which weirdly is exactly how he likes it. Wow your customers in a whole new way with Salesforce Customer 360.
Guys, there's something on the ship. There's something with us here.
What do we do?
Get to the escape pods. Go now!
Okay, I'm an alien, and I got these claws. I'm climbing the wall now.
If you're making a sci-fi movie, you need to finish the special effects.
Does that look good?
And if you want to save by bundling home and car insurance, you need Geico.
Guys? Uh-oh.
See how much you could save by bundling with Geico.
Is that gonna be a problem?
That's a pretty tight spot.
Watch this.
Your Buick Park system. That's so you.
Of course you know where we're going. That's so you.
I got a 6S.
And a head-up display.
They're here.
You brought all these players in your Buick?
Yeah.
So you.
It is. At the heart of every Buick SUV is you. Get 3.99% APR for 72 months and no monthly payments until 2023 on these Buick SUV models. Buick, ranked #1 brand in the industry for new vehicle quality.
Today, we crown a NASCAR Cup Series champion!
Green flag is in the air. Some of the fastest laps being turned by Joey Logano out in front of the field. Joey Logano is going to win stage 1.
Elliott's team will have to make some major changes.
3 wide.
3 championship contenders here.
Yep, door to door to door.
He becomes one of the first to play this strategy to get the
A championship on the line. Ryan Blaney road to Briscoe, Harvick, and Byron. But he's still in front of Chase Elliott, who's running in the 6th spot. Chastain is 9th, and Bell came out 11th after those pit stops. And it's a good time to check in with Rutledge Wood. And for that, we will go to dinner with a view 150 feet above the racetrack.
The race! No, the oasis in the sky!
Oh, Rick, this is amazing. Dinner in the sky. Like you said, we are suspended from a 300-ton crane, and this whole operation that came down from
Holy
Dinner in the Sky
shit,
Canada is
that's...
here. Hold on, I've got my charcuterie plate.
God damn!
I have got every everything I need up here to enjoy a first-class race. And I can tell you, the track view is insane. That bobble that Ryan Blaney had right over there in turn 2. I was watching. He probably heard me scream.
Man.
It was so crazy to see, but unbelievable. The best view I've ever seen here at Phoenix International Raceway, and it is heating up, guys. Wish you could be up here with me.
Rutledge, please don't spin around in that chair again like that. My stomach's a little bit queasy just watching what you're doing up there. Leading the field again with some unique views.
Pace cars pulling off, so they're coming down the backstretch before the restart. There'll be a restart, I think, on lap 192, which means we'll have... When we restart, we'll have 120 laps to go. There'll be probably one pit stop.
Christopher Bell has some track position he's got to go earn back.
This is it, the final stage. 120 laps to go in the season. The field approaching. The Geico restart zone.
Here we go.
Blaney and Briscoe, Harvick, Byron, Logano, the top of the championship 4. And right away, Logano goes all the way down. He'll challenge for 3rd.
Not gonna make it. Here comes Elliott to the outside.
The 41 of Custer.
Come on, pass Logano. Pass Logano. He passed. Is that poking ahead of Logano?
Had it easy all day long, leading every lap.
Come on, man. Oh God, don't get blocked by your own teammate.
The battle right here with Chase Elliott and Joey's. Oh, we got a spin. 8 cars around.
A spin. Oh, we got a wreck. Reddick and McDowell. Oh, who was ahead at the scoring loop? Was it Elliott or Logano?
Turn 4. Doesn't look like any contact for Tyler. Just some flat tires.
So very quick there as far as the restart.
Elliott was ahead at the line by 1/1000th.
Tyler Reddick. Getting Michael McDowell involved in this one. Only 2 cars involved, but it was a 4-wide situation getting into turn 3, and that is not going to work out. Well, Ray Rackham.
Oh, thanks, Ty, for spinning McDowell. And never mind. To put Logano is 5th. Oh well. We got next restart to try again.
Chicago Wednesday is TV's #1 night of dramas. When this community calls, we respond. Every single day.
One city.
One family. One Chicago. Stronger together. Chicago Wednesdays on NBC.
Teaching him to ride a bike? That's parenting 101. But Mom, get green light and teach him what it takes to buy a bike. Nice shot. Crushing chores, getting paid, and buying a, ooh, cool bike. Then, teach him how to buy stock in a bike company. Teach him how to be smart about money, and he'll go far.
Super far. Oh, hey, Mom.
Navigate the world of money together.
Man.
Invest in your best investment. Green light.
Thank you, Pace. Hi, Deether Santos. Thank you, Pace Car
Is that we're in the business of making you happy. We believe buying a car should be something that gets you hyped up. That you should be empowered to shop when you want, where you want.
We hit more than 1,000 views, which for some reason I wasn't expecting it today.
And 0 surprises. So we promise that we'll treat you right. We'll put you in control. And all of us.
Asking, what would you guys think if I did a reaction for the Sao Paulo Grand Prix next week for F1? I might do it Discord only, and maybe just do the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix.
And Peacock Fair Division leaders are going to battle it out as Derrick Henry and the Titans are going to face Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Coverage beginning with Football Night in America. That's at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, Elliott is ahead. My mistake.
And pit road open, but again, just about.
Why would they start? They only ran 1 lap under green.
Road. Won't expect anybody on there except the 2 guys who were involved in the incident. Blaney and Briscoe are going to be choosing which line they want to take. We'll reset that and be right back to the restart.
Is it Patrick Mahomes escaping? Or is it?
Chicago Wednesday is TV's #1 night of dramas. When this community calls, we respond. Every single day.
One city.
One family. One Chicago. Stronger together. Chicago Wednesdays. on NBC.
Elliott is ahead. It was by 1/1000th at the start-finish line, I think. Chastain is in 8th, Bell's in 12th.
Is it Patrick or is it magic?
But hold on a minute, I'm still wearing my Gregson shirt from yesterday.
Well, some use a different kind of power. Titans, Chiefs, Sunday night on NBC and streaming on Peacock.
My nana used to say there's the right way and then there's the Lopez way. And she would take off her chancla and throw it at you and hit you.
La chancla, Senor Lopez.
I never forgot.
Lopez versus Lopez, streaming on Peacock.
Your name is Dr. Ben Song. You are the lead physicist on the time travel project called Quantum Leap. You time travel into other people.
So if the person I leap into dies,
You die too.
good to know.
Take me up into the stratosphere.
Wow. My phone has an old Game Boy emulator, so I'm playing an old Game Boy Advance game called Mario's Pinball Land. Honestly, it's not really that great of a game. I've had to save state my way through most of it because it's very finicky. And the concept is also, on its own is pretty wacky. Trying to hit stuff with precision is hard. Like, you're trying to get to the shop on this stage so I can get a lightning bolt to use later.
Or visit NASCAR.com/.
Got this asshole snowman in the way.
Be ready for any adventure. Championship 4 as they run. It is 5th for Elliott, 6th for Logano, 8th for Chastain, and 12th right now for Christopher Bell. Dylan.
And Rick, earlier this week, I had a conversation with Adam Stevens about what makes Christopher Bell so good. What's allowed him to win twice with everything on the line. He said his focus, his determination, and his will to win. A lot think they have it, but the ones that really do will show it. They're going to need another performance like that today from their driver if they're going to have a shot at this championship, Marty.
Dylan, we rode on board with Ross Chastain when he was not shifting. Phil Surgeon reminded him, you can now shift. That should make the handling much better, Dave.
Chase Elliott radioed his crew that his brake pedal feels odd. Let's keep an eye on that, Parker.
Gail, you asked that the 22 car will now find out what their car is made of. Well, on restarts, he said it fires off great. This last one in Derriere, he said it's really tight. We'll see what he makes here from 5th position. Restart.
Blaney on the inside and Briscoe on the outside of row 1. Then Byron Harvick, Elliott Logano.
Here we go. Another restart with 113 laps to go. Lap number 200. We're green once more at Phoenix.
Oh, no! The inside, just brushing it, and the car comes back out.
Look at that steering wheel, Jim. That steering wheel's not straight. He's got some suspension.
Fuck!
He made big contact with the wall.
Oh, he just said, yep, when it was asked, big damage. And you look at that race car, and it doesn't look like it has a scratch on it right now.
See the right front has damage.
See the steering wheel. If you look at the steering wheel, it's steered to the right just a
It's
little
dead.
bit. So he's
Fuck!
got suspension issues.
Well, there goes my day.
Across the racetrack, but he has the one of Chastain right there. Chastain.
Chastain, you mother. Oh, Chastain.
There. Chastain is underneath him right here, and the 9 comes across his nose.
Great, Chastain. Great. Now you got. Now I'm. Now
Watch
I.
Watch him make contact. Both right sides.
Fucking Chastain. You had to run.
Chastain had a choice. He could have lifted. He could have went even further to the left. Said he wasn't going to do that. Really just held the wheel straight. Said if you want to spin yourself across the nose of my car, it's not my fault. So that's the way he'll view this. Chase will probably be aggravated that he didn't cut him a break.
No shit, man. Fucking hell.
You heard it on the radio. He wrecked us.
Yep. Watch this run right here. Chastain gets a great launch. Gets to the start-finish line. As soon as he gets there, he turns to go underneath him.
What the fuck? No. Fuck off, Chastain. That's on you, bro.
Ross got a great run right there. Starts getting forward momentum right here. Sees to the left for a quarter panel, and Chase turns down on him. If I'm Ross Chastain, I'm not lifting there either. I mean, I'm underneath him. I got forward momentum. That's my spot. Let's listen to
Did I do something wrong there, or what? No, but I don't know what to tell you. These guys race that way. It's the way they race all the time. So we just got to treat them the same way. Let's try to get this thing fixed. So come on to us.
And you're seeing one of the crew members, looks like he's saying bent. So he is talking to crew chief. They're going to put a plan together. They are on the damaged vehicle policy. The first championship for really in a bad position now for Chase Elliott.
No fucking shit. Why? The pain. I'm cursed to have only one of the drivers I want to win a championship a year. Last 2 years it was Cup. I guess this year it's Truck. I never thought I'd ever root for Christopher Bell, but now I want him to win.
Take a selfie.
My dad's telling me that he should go out and wreck Chastain. It doesn't matter, man. You cleaned out one. No, it's like, oh, and do you get the benefit of Logano for wrecking Carl Edwards in 2016? Well, the drivers that are still fighting for the championship are fronting 5th, 6th, and 7th.
Digital tools so impressive. Roval 400 fans just can't stop banking.
Don't want to spoil the fun too soon.
Is it Patrick or is it magic? Well, some use a different kind of power. Titans, Chiefs, Sunday night on NBC and streaming on Peacock.
Can you hear me calling out your name? You know that I'm falling and I don't know what to say.
From Bolt to Blazer, Equinox to Silverado, Chevy EVs are for everyone, everywhere.
Hey, you can't sit on the fence.
But on the Samsung side, they have folding phones and an epic camera.
But we're waiting for all that to come over here.
Why? It's already over there.
Because that's what we do, we wait.
The Great Big Tree Spree is going on now at Michael's. All trees are on sale. Get 50% off trees in-store and online and get Black Friday prices now on select trees. Plus, earn up to 6% in Michael's Rewards. Hurry in. Sale ends November 12th.
Great. My room. I can't talk. My mood's all fucked.
Elliott is back straight again.
Elliott's.
Incredible. I'm so impressed.
They got it fixed. Wow, they got the car fixed.
You remember, their goal right now with 109 laps to go is they got to go meet minimum speed, right? Once they beat minimum speed, then they can come down here and spend time on pit road to fix it 100% right.
Blaney Briscoe side by side again. Back to racing here with just 108 laps to go.
Now the whole field driving across that apron. Game on now.
So Elliott a lap down, running in the 30th position. Logano is 5th, Bell 6th, Chastain 7th.
And look at Logano. He's worked himself all the way up to 3rd.
Chastain just in front of Bell, and they're 3 wide back here.
Oh, please. I'd still rather not have Logano win the championship.
Logano, it has been his race. He's dominated 156 laps up front, and once again, he's fighting these championship for. He is up to 3rd. The 9 of Chase Elliott, again running in the 30th position, a lap down, but let's see how he sounds on the radio.
Hey, so it's still not, like, when I turned off in the corner right there, it's just yawing a lot, so I know you're working on it, but...
Dave.
And guys, he was told that if he needs to run because of that situation he just described, if he needs clean racetrack, he just needs to give him a 31-second lap. That will keep him from being lapped. So that's the idea right now. And I confirmed with the crew that we didn't see any parts flying out of there. And yes, indeed, they just bent things back into place as best they could. No parts replaced. Marty.
Dave, the only words from Ross Chastain, who's back there in the 5th position, is the 9 hurt. That's all he asked. That's all he said about the contact. But Jeff, you've got to know that Ross Chastain, who beat himself up for much of the summer for contact on the racetrack, has got to be thinking about what happened to Chase Elliott. How does he, as a driver, put that behind him and now try and go win a championship with 105 to go?
Well, Ross has been under a great deal of scrutiny with how aggressive he's been this year. He's caused some incidences, and a lot of drivers have been extremely upset with him. But in that case, I don't know what Ross Chastain did wrong. He's trying to advance his position. He
wrecked one of his contenders.
Down in front of him. That's racing. Those things are going to happen. So Ross needs to put it behind him. There's a championship to go win. He's 2 spots.
You know what? I guess this is karma for 2020, I suppose. Because we totally did not, Elliott fans, we did not deserve that one. I guess we got one ticket away. What?
Told him to cycle the power. Sometimes that causes something that may sound or feel like an engine blowing up. But Christopher Bell seemed pretty adamant they've got a problem under the hood of that 20 car. Let's listen to
You gotta be kidding. This championship battle really went to hell. All he now is Logano and Chastain to take each other out of the race.
He's still in 8th place.
I don't see any signs of anything. Looks good from here.
Lap time just a little bit off of the cars in front of him, but on par with everybody else around him.
Yeah, he looks fine. I mean, down the straightaway, he seems to me to be running okay.
And remember, they have to finish in front of the other 3. So right now, Chase Elliott's not out of it. Christopher Bell not out of it. There's a lot of racing still to go. We have no idea what could happen with these championship 4 right up until the final lap.
And Chase is out of it in terms of competitiveness, performance. He will not be able to match their lap times. And be
He just needs the rest of them to wreck out or blow up.
Now, something drastic would need to happen to the other 3 to put him back into the fight. But this 9 car is out there running 28.30s. Leaders are running 27.40s. I know he's in traffic, but that car is still hurt. It's still not perfect. They will not be able to get it exactly the way they want it to today.
He's off the clock, by the way, so they don't have to worry about that anymore.
Yeah, he met minimum speed, so now they can take as much time as they need to. What they need is a series of cautions, right? To be able to come in and work on this car and get it fixed 100% right. He's going to have a lot of breaks if he wins this championship today.
Yeah, I've given up. Who is faster, Bell or Logano Chastain?
Blaney still up front has a 1.2-second lead over Briscoe. Logano running in that 3rd spot. Chastain in 5th.
Starting to fade.
Kevin Harvick's going to go around for that position. Harvick is due with a top 10 finish to set a new record of most top 10 finishes at one racetrack in a row consecutively. He's tied with my dad and
Richard Petty.
Yeah, for 18 top 10s in a row.
And Jimmy Johnson's right there on that list, too. So you've got...
Pass him! Come on, Byron!
He could break that record and make it 19 if he does it today.
And William Byron's putting all kinds of pressure on Joey Logano. Been underneath him multiple times, has not been able to clear him. Williams a little bit quicker than
He has to finish 9 positions ahead of Hamlin in order to get 5th place in the points.
Where the 22 car was
Right now he's 9 ahead.
comfortably faster than everyone else.
Well, I never mentioned this. The bottom 3 charters, if they finish in the bottom 3 for points, are at risk if they finish in that position 3 years in a row. The bottom 3 charters, which are absolutely certain, are the 2 Rick Ware cars, 15 and 51, and the 78. This would be the 15's second year in a row. It'd be the 51 and the 78's first year in a row.
Getting tight through the center of the corners. That's been a complaint throughout the day, but as we know, you start to get further back and you get more in dirty air. That just gets worse, and that has been the case for the 22 car. They just cannot get it to turn through the center as he falls back in the dirty air. It's only getting worse, Marty.
Marco, sure there'll be at least one more stop for all the championship 4 drivers. Talked to Phil Surgeon, the crew chief for Ross Chastain, and he said what impressed him with William Byron and also Chase Elliott earlier in stage 2, when they put on tires, they roared through the field. So Jeff, he told me, I'm thinking of sliding that last pit stop a little bit earlier, getting on those fresh Goodyear tires earlier than I originally thought this morning. I think that could be an advantage. You agree with that?
Well, it depends on the situation that you're in, Marty. If you've got to find a way to gain an advantage, if you cannot match the speed of Joey Logano, then you have to be willing to do something different. And one of the things in the playbook is to come on pit road a little bit sooner, put new tires on that car sooner so you're faster sooner, and then try to go run them down. That's something you can put in the playbook and give it a try, and then you hopefully get the cautions delayed the way you want it to, and then take advantage of the pit crew. They have a great pit crew. Use those guys to your advantage.
So it's Logano leading the championship 4, but running in the 3rd spot right now. Blaney's up front.
That's the thing about Clay.
The spotlights have shined before. On February 5th, they will shine again on an event unlike anything in LA.
I suck at picking. I ran a fantasy league, for like, and it came down to us picking our finals. Because I made the final 4 in all 3 series. I wanted to pick St. Smith. Someone picked it before I did, or I let them all pick first. And then my other picks have not turned out well.
On NBC and streaming on Peacock.
What could get these guys going?
One's burgers.
Ooh, what you got there? It's the DQ Signature Stack Burgers menu. Oh, that is 5 tasty burgers right there. Oh, there goes the spicy flamethrower and loaded A1 Signature Stack Burgers.
Yes. Go Mom. Go Mom.
And there goes the rest of them.
Woo. Go Mom.
Hey, don't worry. You're still the cool mom.
Thank you.
DQ, happy tastes good. Get it delivered at DQ.com.
Don't wait to hear it from others.
This will be in the tabloids.
Because the new voice coach is making headlines.
I'm not impressed.
That's what a very threatened person would say.
The Voice, streaming on Peacock.
You know that feeling you get when things just magically work? And you're like, ow. Yes, well that's Salesforce. It's like when my barista knows exactly how I take my chai teas.
Or that I like my hotel room set to 82 degrees.
Like when my car books itself to go to the shop.
And I get early access to a hot new sneaker drop.
Wow your customers in a whole new way with Salesforce.
Think Dad's searching doggy diet plans for Josie? No, he's switching his choice cashback category to home improvement, so he earns more on a new doggy door, extra large.
With the Bank of America customized cash rewards card, you just can't stop getting rewarded.
Chicago Wednesday is TV's #1 night of dramas. When this community calls, we respond. Every single day.
One city.
One family. One Chicago. Stronger together. Chicago Wednesdays on NBC.
Such a gorgeous sight and venue for the championship here in Avondale, Arizona. Aerial coverage brought to you by Geico as we look down on this mile track. Out front, it's Blaney. He has a 1.1 second lead over Chase Briscoe right now. And Logano is running in the 3rd spot, but he's definitely ahead right now of the other 3, Chastain and Bell. And of course, Elliott a lap down, running in the 30th position after the crash just a few laps ago. I want to take a look at the Toyota driver update and dial in on the 18, Parker.
Ramsey check in with Kyle Busch for that Toyota driver update. Making his last start in this number 18 M&M's Toyota Camry for Joe Gibbs Racing. And it's a day we've seen often out of the 2-time NASCAR Cup Series champion Kyle Busch. They started back in 20th and have slowly but surely methodically.
Most into the single team. Busch, Earnhardt, Johnson, Jimmy, and Petty. Petty had, I think, 4 of his wins with Curb Racing. Or wait, he had 2 wins with Curb Racing. I don't know where the other 2 that he didn't get with Petty Enterprises were with.
You see Kyle Busch with Joe Gibbs Racing, 56 wins with that one organization. Again, we'll be moving on to Richard Childress Racing in 2023, taking both his championships along with him. We look back from Christopher Bell.
Watch the top right.
Logano's 2.2 seconds ahead of Chastain. Bell's made it to 7th,
Shortly,
but he's
is catching him.
way behind.
He continues to struggle. His lap times now are down to 28.8s. So leaders running 28.2s.
Wonder if he'll wreck Chastain on purpose.
Some very measured activity down here on pit road as this radio message is relayed to Chase.
I know it's there. We'll just try to do the best you can. Hopefully, with the cost roll on it, I think we know we can do to make it a little bit better. Yeah, just doing that right rear toe now. We'll try to work on this some more.
So right now, just tools on the pit wall. No parts and pieces really have come over yet, but it sounds like Ellen Gustafson has an idea how to make it a little bit better. Here's a problem. I just looked up at my scoring monitor. 83 laps to go. This race is going by too fast for Chase Elliott.
Yeah, the issue that he got into as he goes another lap down, we just see Blaney go past him. The issue he's in now is the car just won't do what he wants to do. He can't keep up pace. And so at 2 laps down, it looks like the championship is out of grasp of Chase Elliott now.
Suck. Most points this season. Well, you know, if it's going to be Logano, at least it was second best, but it still irks me.
Now they've gone 2 laps down. And remember, there's no assurances that they can get a repair done to the car and not lose another lap, even under caution. So this team right now, they are struggling, going to have a ton of brakes.
Great little battle right here for 4th place. Harvick a little faster than William Byron trying to take this position. Harvick with the announcement that coming back next year with this team. Both these guys trying to go far in the playoffs. But
Byron will finish 5th, at least.
Going to try to finish the year strong here.
Well, now he won't. He's going to be out by 1.
This battle is a unique one because it's right behind this 22 of Joe Logano. I think if the 4th gets clear, he has the pace to catch Joey.
Jumping a little bit, trying to get on the outside here. Yeah, he's going to do it.
A little wiggle there by William Byron, allowing Harvick to get to his outside and complete the pass.
You know, thinking about Kevin Harvick in next year, I think one of the best things for Kevin Harvick, and this is going to kind of sound silly, is how well the 14 of Briscoe is running.
Yeah.
Because really, Kevin Harvick and Rodney Childress, they've carried Stewart Haas Racing over the years. Now they've got somebody out there that has speed and somebody that can bring some information to that team. So, although you always want to be the best driver and the best team at your team, you also need some help. And I think these guys right here with this group, they're going to be able to push that 4 car and make both of those cars run better.
I know it's not going to help Harvick right now, but Ford looking very strong in this Phoenix Championship race. Top 4, Blaney, Briscoe, Logano, and Harvick all driving the blue ovals. Marty?
How about this run for Chase Briscoe? Just continues to get better the longer this race goes. A little bit too free. That's his biggest complaint, but they keep telling him you can go catch that 12 car right in front of you.
I'll try to keep my spirits. You know what? I can accept it, you know, when I think about 2020.
I guess my biggest question is he's eventually going to have to lap the 9 car. We'll watch that right in front of you. See you right there. Chase Elliott, this Chase racing clean here. What do you do if you're Phil Surgeon? Do you make a jump here, maybe early to pit road like we talked about? Trying to get those Goodyear tires on quicker to gain a little track position on the 22.
Yeah, right. Keep an eye on the 9 there.
What's Elliott going to do?
Here right there, the message. Keep an eye on the 9 car. We don't know if Chase is mad or upset.
Oh, what are you going to do?
And we know that Ross is hard to wreck. Denny Hamlin told us that all year long, man. I'm trying to get him.
Damn it, he didn't even try.
What will Chase do right here? He's in a position.
He could.
Might not have enough speed to do anything.
Oh, you know what? He could have. I think he could have drove in there.
He could have, yeah.
Well, and listen, and he didn't do it. Yeah, why? You know what I mean? Even Chase said, hey, did I do something wrong on the radio? He wasn't real sure what happened either.
I want to give credit to Chase there for having that self-control.
So Logano's still out front of the Champ 4, but it's Blaney, his teammate.
Yeah, at this rate, I just want Blaney to win the race so we can have our 20th winner.
There's never been a better time to get
Truex is vanished.
With a great deal on the Hyundai you've always wanted. with America's best warranty and up to 3 years complimentary maintenance. It's your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Hurry in to get our best deals of the season. Get in and get away. Get 0% APR financing plus 0 payments for 90 days on select vehicles. Now, during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Don't want to spoil the fun too soon.
Your name is Dr. Ben Song. You are the lead physicist on the time travel project called Quantum Leap. You time travel into other people.
If the person I leap into dies,
You die too.
good to know.
You got KFC, mijo.
This German thigh combo is only $6.
Good deal. For you. But you bring nothing home for your abuelita.
You okay?
No.
No.
Hurry, there's $6 deal.
I'm not okay. I'm not okay. Okay, I'll stop.
When we started selling my health
But it
products
still
online,
sucks.
our shipping process was painfully slow. Then we found ShipStation. Now we're shipping out orders 5 times faster.
Oh, time to
And
go
thanks
drown
to
my sorrows in
ShipStation's
Mario's
discounted
pinball
rates,
land.
We're saving
But
a
my
ton.
character will jump in the fucking hole.
We couldn't do it without ShipStation.
Join over 100,000 online sellers who get shipped done with
Stop hitting the
ShipStation.
fucking
Go
penguin.
to shipstation.com/save and get 2 months free.
This is the Cloud hoodie from the Travis Matthew Cloud collection. So I'm here to show you guys how soft this is. Have you felt this? You guys gotta come feel this. This is the softest material I've ever felt in my entire life. Oh, I forgot. Check out this Cloud tee. It is so soft, you guys. Oh, did it again. Sorry. Say hello to the Cloud waffle. Oh, I'm gonna need a second. Oh, it's so comfortable.
I had the lightning bolt I needed, but I fell back a room. Blow up! Blow up!
Logano on a mission for his second championship, and he has been out front of the other 3 championship 4 contenders every green flag lap except one today. So that is the dominant performance that Logano has put on, and where they run now 3rd, 6th, 7th, and Chase Elliott back there in 30th after his wreck. He is 2 laps down.
Don't remind me, Rick.
We're getting to that point where pit crews are getting ready to start getting up on the wall. Crew chiefs are going to have to make a decision. If you want to split this in half, this last stage in half, it's getting pretty close to doing that. And does somebody want to get on pit road early and take that chance? Where does Chastain and Bell, where do they feel like they are with Logano? Do they have to make something happy or try to pull some different strategy?
Yeah, so we think a lot of teams will come to pit road anytime between.
Anyway, Logano is about 2.5 seconds,
If you feel like
2.8, 2 3/4 seconds ahead of Chastain.
If you feel like you don't have the speed, you could stay out there and run long, hope for a yellow. That would be your sort of Hail Mary to try to trap everybody down, get a lot of track position. Marty.
That was Ross Chastain's radio, Phil Surgeon, giving him the information about 10 to 15 laps before they'll come to pit road. And I think here's the dilemma, Jeff. We talked about how they could come to pit road, get those Goodyear tires on a little bit sooner, but they're much better on the longer run, so that's their strength. They want to play to that strength.
That is a tough dilemma. Just, how far behind are you? So right now, they're 2 3/4 of a second behind Logano. How are you going? Are you that much faster than Joey Logano? Are you going to be able to run him down, from that far back? I don't think so. Even if you're good on a long run, you'd have to be great on a long run to run a 22 down from that far back.
I think if you're Christopher Bell, maybe you come early, go ahead and try to leapfrog those guys, get on pit
Undercut,
road, get the
as they would
speed,
say in the
make
F1
your car
world.
with the new tires. Force them to come to pit road. They're racing each other. These playoff guys are only watching what the other playoff guys are doing.
The last 2 championships were won on the last pit stop, and so far today, the one of Ross Chastain, his pit crew, has been the best between the 3 that are on the lead lap right now.
Christopher Bell's ran that car Ross Chastain down. As you see Joe Logano trying to hold off the 4, but further back, the 1 in 6th place, and Christopher Bell. Christopher's got a little pace here. Picking up pace here. Worried about his car blowing
Yeah.
up. They made some changes.
Yeah, his car is
Maybe figured out what that issue
is one of the
was.
fastest. In fact, Blaney's starting to slow down a bit.
There's Joey Logano in the 22 car running third. The highest running guy in the championship. Whoever wins in the top 4 championship, that's going to be the champion when they leave here. And here's the guys trying to run him down. So they're all on the same straightaway. They can all see each other. And we talk about the importance of pit crews. We talk about all of those things. It also falls on the driver. Who can get on pit road well? Who can get in his box well? Who can get off pit road well? There they are. They're not that far
Leaderboard's
behind.
frozen on.
Last lap on the racetrack. Chastain and Bell, second fastest and fourth fastest lap on the racetrack. Joe Logano about 2/10 slower. These guys are running him down. But
Bell's pitting.
On the pit road.
He's made the decision to come to you, Dylan.
So they had that motor scare, that issue.
So are Briscoe and Kyle Busch.
Bell's only report now is that he needs some front turn. They're back to how they were earlier in the race. Really good on the long run here. 4 tires and fuel for Bell. Doesn't look like any chassis adjustment. Maybe just a little bit of air pressure to help Christopher here for the next 62 laps.
And now we'll see if this pulls the other championship 4 contenders to pit road.
This is a gutsy call, but I love it because he's the first one on. He'll look at the one that brings the one that makes the one come to pit road.
So now Ross
Chastain's
also
pitting.
on pit road. You see him with William Byron right on his back bumper. And he's got a long way to go to get to you, Marty.
So how, Rick, does Ross Chastain make up 2 seconds? That's how far he was behind.
You hope Logano has a crappy pit stop like last time.
The number 1 ranked crew on pit road. They have gained them 4 spots.
Can Trackhouse do it?
Ah! A ton of time on a critical stop for Ross Chastain.
There goes Chastain's hopes. Chastain on 14.1. Devastating pit stop. Gonna be up to Bell now to beat Logano.
He'll get 4 Goodyear tires and Sunoco fuel, partner. And for Joey Logano, he was supposed to go about 8 laps further, but they had to react to Christopher Bell in the 20.
Oh, tire rolled off. Hopefully that wasn't. Oh yeah, so that's Blaney, not Logano.
This team has been absolutely flawless on pit road throughout this race, putting those 4 Goodyear tires on, and they're away. We'll see how
10.4 for Logano.
Here we go. Let's see how they stand it out. Joey Logano coming off pit road. There's Christopher
There's
Bell.
Bell.
Look at the screen. Christopher Bell has gained some time on Joey Logano by getting on pit road sooner. Look at the gain.
Man, he really gained.
Joey Logano's got a little bit fresher tire, but a big gain by the 20 and
I don't think a lap is going to make a bit of. Is that going to make that much of a difference? He's closing in. Come on, Bell. I never root for Toyota, but come on.
Bell was 2.5 seconds back from Logano when they started.
It looks like they're both back up to full speed.
Bell has closed the gap.
Just to less than half a second.
Logano, as everyone continues to cycle through on these pit stops, Bowman has just come to pit road, as well as Corey LaJoy. They were out front.
Blaney will cycle back to the lead.
Blaney back up top.
Obviously, Christopher Bell would love to pass at 22 right now. If anything, just keep it close. Stay right there with him. You know you have more pace on the long run. 58 laps to go. Keep this guy right off the nose, and you can beat him late in this race. Drives to the top of the racetrack here, really pushing hard. Up into that resin that's still there from the previous races. Look at the gain down the
Wow.
running that high line. I love that.
Bell.
Outside.
Yeah, looking for the championship here. Christopher Bell.
I'd rather take Bell.
And we've seen it before. He won at the Roval when he had to. He won last week at Martinsville when he had to. Now for the championship right in front of him, it's Joey Logano.
Here he goes to the inside through 1 and 2. Can he get a side draft as it comes off? Go Bell! Go Bell! Go Bell!
Great job in 1 and 2. Let's see if we can do it 3 and 4.
These guys, every single race, come out of nowhere in the final stage. Lap car.
Oh, that's Cody Ware.
Big wobble there by the 50.
Coming up on 2 cars in front of them, by the way. And dirty air has been bad for Logano.
Had a problem.
Now these drivers fighting with the lap traffic. That's LaJoy in front of him. He's a lap down, running 27.
Okay. Lap car and the car are actually ahead of them for position. Harvick.
Up the racetrack, can't really finish the throttle on corner exit. Christopher Bell's going to close in a little bit down the front straightaway.
Every season they have had playoffs where the top four have to finish in front of the other. It has taken a win to win the championship.
But Blaney's out front by 1.5 seconds.
Blaney has a very strong car. Briscoe running second. Harvick is third. But Logano running in that fourth position just in
Come on, Bell! Come on!
Really cut off the 7 there. Couldn't really finish the corner the way he wanted to. Man, it's so tough watching these guys try to race each other and the lap traffic. And it is not working well for Christopher. As you can see, the gap wide between him and Logano.
Oh, come on!
It's all about where you catch these cars and how you catch them, mainly on corner exit. You want to open up the wheel, mash the gas. You can't with the car on your outside.
The other cars don't want to affect the championship race, but at the same time, they want to have a great finish. They don't want to give
Will
up.
it be the driver who's second in points or the driver with the story?
So they're trying to run as hard as they can.
And Christopher's struggling right here, losing a lot of time. The 7 car, which he just lapped, is now back to his inside. Could there be a problem for Christopher Bell?
Blaney, Briscoe, and Harvick, 1, 2, 3, but it's Logano.
He's not at his inside, but the lap traffic is being problematic. Great, well, that was fun while it lasted.
Your name is Dr. Ben Song. You were the lead physicist on a time travel project called Quantum Leap. You time travel into other people.
If the person I leap into dies,
You die too.
good to know.
Hey, Google, take a selfie.
Stand up. When I move, you move. Just like that. When I move, you move. Just like that. When I move, you move.
Anyway, look, the gap's 0.8 seconds.
Hey, Google, take a selfie video.
Just like that. Just like that.
Digital tools so impressive, Roval 400 fans just can't stop banking.
My nana used to say there's the right way and then there's the Lopez way. And she would take up her chancla and throw it at you and hit you. So you never forgot. And you know what? I never forgot.
Lopez versus Lopez. Streaming on Peacock.
Infused with nourishing serum and almond oil, Nivea Essentially Enriched Lotion helps lock in goodness for smooth, luminous
The
skin.
gap,
Because
1.2.
self-care
Well, it's over.
is all a matter of perspective. For goodness that keeps going.
Apparently Bell can't
nourish
navigate the
all
lap
with
traffic
Nivea.
that well
When a
either.
child is sick,
I don't know where,
there's
so I don't know
one
where the
thing
long
they
run
need.
crap
A really
came from.
big cookie.
Welcome to RMHC.
You know, in a way, it would be fun trying to rationalize. Logano won the first race with the next gen, that being the Clash.
To travel everywhere.
What a way to
hospitals
bookend
have
the
doctors
season.
and nurses.
I winning the
We have
championship.
mom and dad.
It would be
Because
his
at Ronald McDonald House Charities,
4th win of the season.
we help families feel at home, even when they can't be.
Chicago Wednesday is TV's #1 night of dramas. When this community calls, we respond. Every single day.
One city.
One family. One Chicago. Stronger together. Chicago Wednesdays on NBC.
Hey, you can't sit on the fence.
But on the Samsung side, they have folding phones and an epic camera.
But we're waiting for all that to come over here.
Why? It's already over there.
Because that's what we do, we wait.
Gap's 1
Chase
second.
Elliott just coming off the pit road, now 3 laps down to the field. A disappointing ending to the 2020
Oh, no shit.
season.
I'm not going to stick around for the championship
For Chase Elliott
celebration.
after the wreck and going
That's
a couple
misery
laps
for
down
me.
working on that car. But it's Logano who has looked the strongest. He led 156 laps, but as far as the Championship 4 competition goes, he has only been behind one other Championship 4 competitor for 1 lap of this race.
He put a little distance between him and Christopher Bell right there, but the last few laps on the racetrack, Christopher's regrouped, been able to match lap time. Christopher, though, is feeling a little pressure here from Byron in the 24 when he looks in the mirror every straightaway. But he is now matching the lap time of Logano. We remember the last run? He was the quickest car at the end of that run. 45 laps to go, still plenty of time. Dylan.
And Adam Stevens, always the cheerleader.
48 of Alex
Bowman spins!
The front very hard. Remember Alex Bowman back from a concussion.
Oh, come on.
And not the way he wanted the last race of the season to go.
He's running top 15.
lot of damage in the front of that car.
Tire jack, put right sides on it.
Right sides are flat.
But it's destroyed, buddy.
He was running 15th here at his home racetrack from Tucson, Arizona. Alex Bowman again, driving for that 4018.
Did he hit it with the rear or
on the pit box?
Tire coming apart. It's going to put a lot of debris down, so that's going to add a lap or a couple laps to the cleanup on this caution. Let's take a look, see how this happened for Alex. Off of turn 2 on the inside of the third.
what happened?
And wow.
Whoa! Someone came in like a bat out of hell.
Right into the door.
McDowell, really, McDowell, really? Come on.
Expecting Alex to come up off the corner a little bit wider on corner exit.
What was that? You just wiped him out.
Luckily not. It didn't look like a really hard direct impact to the inside wall. Kind of a glancing blow for Alex.
Wow, look at this. Yeah, one thing I can
What are you
is
doing?
McDowell thought that Bowman was going to move up the racetrack.
Why would you assume that? You mean you just cleaned his clock?
Judged it and just cleans Alex Bowman out.
Yeah, well, it was a hard contact between two cars. You typically don't see cars slamming into each other like that.
Yeah, 34. Just
another thing that we see too is the glare. This is the time of day where the glare is dropping down the back straightaway, and it's very difficult for drivers to see what's going on coming off the tube.
Guys, can the pit crews make up for mistakes that they may have made on the last time? Because with 43 laps to go still in this race, they've all got to come to pit road for fresh tires.
Well, Christopher Bell and his team during that green flag stop, they had their best stop of the day. So right then, you saw he did a great job on pit road. They got in a lap earlier, and they had a great pit stop. They need it now in the worst way. Ross Chastain and his team, they just made a mistake. Right? They got to clean that up and fix it.
Right now, Chastain's in 9th.
At getting him anywhere from 3 to 5 stops on some of these pit stops. It's exactly what he's going to need right now. The other two just don't want any mistakes.
And how important is that #1 pit stall for Joey Logano? That has won the race a year ago for Kyle Larson. Let's see if the pit crew can rise to the occasion and take advantage of that #1 stall. Marty.
Rick, pit road expected to open next time by, and I think we cannot emphasize enough, NASCAR is a team sport. Ross Chastain's pit crew, the perfect example. We've talked about how they've been the #1 crew on pit road, and what was the money stop they thought last time. They did not have a good stop. Could not get the wheel nut off on the right rear, and you see the time they lost. They lost 4 seconds to Joey Logano. Potential redemption for Ross Chastain's pit crew if everybody comes down pit road. But Jeff, that shows the pressure is on these pit crews to make it happen.
Well, in the last 25 stops this team has pulled off, that was the second worst. So it was one of their worst recently. The other question I've got, would you do 2 tires? Would you just do fuel?
I don't.
They haven't run that many laps on this set of tires. Is somebody willing to try something other than just 4?
Yeah, Jeff, again, only 18 laps on this set of tires. Let's see what they've got.
All right, here we go. The only 3 drivers that can win it. Bell, Chastain, Logano, Toyota, Chevy, Ford.
Team Adam Stevens used the code word. We'll see what they do here. Right side's on for the 20 car. Marty.
The 3 players left in the championship 4, all coming down pit road. Right
And Blaney keep the lead, by the way.
Good stop. He said, I just could not get going on that last run.
Oh, Bell, bad pit stop. Bad pit stop. A 19.8. Chastain a 10.8. Gee, I wonder who's going to win it now. Logano. Briscoe, Blaney, Logano, Harvick, Byron, Truex, Kyle Busch, Chastain, Hamlin, Cindric. Oh, wow, that went to shit.
The other championship 4 contenders and a devastating stop for the 20 of Christopher Bell.
Just take a minute. Look around you.
Bell came out of that pit stop in 16th, I think.
Has been. Will be. How can there not? Just something about those blue skies, high banks and high speed, all coming together in one perfect race. And it'll be here sooner than you think.
We're Carvana, the company who invented car vending machines and buying a car 100% online. Now we've created a brand new way for you to sell your car. Whether it's a year old or a few years old, we want to buy your car.
This
so
race.
Go to Carvana, enter your license plate, answer a few questions, and our techno wizardry calculates your car's value and gives you a real offer in seconds. When you're ready, we'll come to you, pay you on the spot, and pick up your car. That's it. So ditch the old way of selling your car and say hello to the new way at Carvana.
Is it Patrick? Or is it magic? Well, some use a different kind of power. Titans, Chiefs, Sunday night. On NBC and streaming on Peacock.
Don't want to spoil the fun too soon.
You know that feeling you get when things just magically work? And you're like, wow. Yes, well that's Salesforce. It's like when my barista knows exactly how I take my chai tea.
Or that I like my hotel room set to 82 degrees.
Like when my car books itself to go to the shop. And I get early access to a hot new sneaker drop. Wow your customers in a whole new way with Salesforce.
Is Dad posting a farewell to his favorite college freshman?
Nope. He's switching his choice cashback category to gas. The road to college can be emotional, but also rewarding.
With the Bank of America customized cash rewards card, you just can't stop getting rewarded.
The Great Big Tree Spree is going on now at Michael's. All trees are on sale. Get 50% off trees in-store and online and get Black Friday prices now on select trees. Plus, earn up to 6% in Michael's Rewards. Hurry in. Sale ends November 12th.
An issue we've seen before with this.
What?
And now it's Brad Keselowski who has the buildup of rubber under.
Oh, come on! We had this at... You gotta be kidding me. We had this at Darlington. You still haven't fixed this?
We've seen this before, and luckily Brad's able to get out. Seems like this happened to a lot of Fords this year. The Ford car of Harvick at Darlington. It happened to his teammate.
How have they not fixed this? I thought they did the fix after Harvick's dashboard started fuming. Flaring up. Oh, God. It's very Ford-centric. But fuck, man. Fuck.
Built up to get in and around that exhaust, catch on fire, and then set the rest of the car on fire. Under caution for Brad. Fortunate for him to be able to get out.
Bell ended up 6th.
NASCAR made a lot of changes over the last several months trying to prevent that, and we saw some fires again last week in Martinsville. It's a similar situation where just tons of rubber coming off of those tires. And now again today,
Mofos, really?
Something that has to get fixed before next year.
No shit. No shit, Burton.
Being a driver owner with Roush Fenway Keselowski, RFK Racing.
We had 18 cars on the lead lap. A lot of guys are going to get wave rounds here, and it's going to make the car, put about, handful more cars, 3 or 4 more cars on the lead lap. That extends to about 21 now. And that might be important, for Christopher Bell or somebody, if they get a late yellow trying to come down, their only hope is to put on tires late or something like that. Maybe take 2, whatever. More cars on the lead lap makes those choices more difficult.
The 19 of Martrex Jr. was speeding, so that's going to give a position to Chastain.
Yeah, I mean, that certainly helps Chastain closing to Logano. Look at these pit times. Logano's team stepped up to the plate at the right time. The best pit stop of the 3. Bell, a disastrous stop, a problem on the left rear. Let's listen to the 20 radio.
Caleb's finger got stuck in between the nut and the spindle, ripping the hide off of it. Took a second to get the nut off to get his hand free so they could put the nut back on. Got it.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, and you see the ice on the crew member's hand.
Great.
The right side goes up. Tires come off a little slow on the right front, but nothing terrible. Then watch the left rear.
Well, I can't see the right. I can't see it because I'm getting blocked by several people. I couldn't see why I went on.
Okay. I mean, it's so dangerous. We talk about pit crew members
on pit road with cars coming down there, but the act itself is very dangerous. There's things
Oh,
going,
his time cut between the nut and the spindle.
RPMs on
Oops.
those guns are just absolutely flying. Everybody's trying to do it as quickly as they can. They are unbelievable athletes, and I have so much respect for them.
All right, let's get a few updates. Now under 36 to go in this championship. Dylan.
And Rick, I just keep going back to what Christopher Bell said earlier this week. It's not over till it's over. We've seen it too many times in this playoffs just with our car that it's not completely done until this race is over. So they've got a lot of work to do from 15th on this restart. But anything and crazier things have happened in these playoffs before, Marty. So we'll see what happens with 36 to go.
Dylan, how about Ross Chastain's pit crew rebounding after they had the tough stop under green a little while ago? Under caution here, they gain him yet another spot. But here's the key. Brandon McReynolds, his spotter, reminded him, remember how we made our living here in the spring? It was on pit road and restarts. I would expect Ross Chastain to be very aggressive, and that's an understatement. He will start 7th.
And for Joey Logano, he's led 157 laps. When he won that championship in 2018, he took hold of that race late in 2020. He said that was the race and championship that got away. If he wins this one, he may be able to thank that pit crew who have been absolutely perfect today.
All right, Jeff, we're getting ready to come to the choose, and we're hearing that NASCAR is adding a lap before they have to make that choice, either inside or outside. Now, do you choose inside versus outside on this racetrack and with these cars?
Well, NASCAR came up several years ago was the idea of letting the drivers choose which lane they want to go in. So they actually cross this box, and before you get to that box, the orange box you're getting ready to see, you have to choose the left or the right. Joey Logano has got a decision to make, where he wants to go. And that's just where I think my car is the fastest. The one with the difficult decision is Ross Chastain. Ross Chastain is just thinking about, what do I have to do to get to the 22 car? So he's going to watch, see what Logano picks, and then pay attention. What does Harvick pick? What does Byron pick? What does Kyle Busch pick? I want the shortest line. I want the fewest cars between myself and Joey Logano. That's all I care about right now. Now, Junior,
sorry, I've been very quiet. I'm just thinking.
Pick a line that's
I'm trying to. It's a lot of reconciliation that's going on right now.
Better, and he can pick up more spots. But I think this late in the race, you just got
my own internal reconciliation.
What's out there? What is
like I've come to terms with Chase wrecking out.
At Martinsville, what he did just to get to the championship.
2,000 views. Thank you guys.
Get Logano and potentially pass him.
I think that the choice for Chastain.
Yeah. While I got y'all here, also I'm gonna once again plug my Discord.
As you fan and can turn left past the start-finish line, you cannot change lanes before you get to the start-finish line. So he wants to time that perfectly, so that as he gets to the start-finish line, he can dive to the inside and charge turn 1 and try to take as many positions as possible.
So Logano, he goes to the bottom. Ross Chastain goes to the bottom. Now only one car in between them.
So you know what? I'll accept the outcome no matter what happens. Kind of like election day in 2 days.
Down here 1 and 2, and he's going to try to get a little physical. I would assume
both drivers are aggressive.
Yeah, he will risk it all. This is all or nothing right here. 33 laps to go.
Yeah, Brandon Lyons, the spotter on the 24 car for William Byron, he might want to tell him that Ross Chastain is going to be coming with some steam. Ross Chastain is going to get super aggressive here with 33 to go. There's a championship. This guy has fought and clawed his way for this opportunity. He's going to do whatever it takes.
And look at that view. The drivers, the sun setting at the most inopportune time. Blinding these guys. They got pitted, the dirty, terrible windshields to look through, and that makes it so much more difficult, especially coming off of turn 2.
Here we go.
Here we go. Restarts. Blaney and Briscoe leading them off. Here we go. Green at Phoenix. 33 laps to go.
On that inside line, they all dive down low.
No, is that Blaney? It's not going to work well for Blaney. It looks like.
Joey Logano.
Ooh.
Oh, Joey got tight right there in the middle of the corner.
Briscoe takes the lead just like he did in the spring.
Run by the 22 of Logano off of turn 2.
Man, he really separated himself.
Chastain up to 5th.
Right there. Chastain not able to get the run on the 24. He won it now. He's charging hard.
Tried to almost ran the 4 up into the wall.
He's got to clear Harvick quickly. Watch what he does right here. He's going to drive in the corner really deep, trying to slide up in front of Harvick.
Logano, though, taking second away from Blaney now.
Oh, the 14 had an issue.
Huh?
Off of turn 2.
Ooh.
Still side by
And
side.
Blaney coming down back around on the inside of the 22.
He's trying the top, trying to get around the 24. A good run off of turn 2, turn 4. Turns to the inside.
Side by side. He's going to be clear.
Ooh, the 22 cleared his teammate again.
Trying to run down that 14 of Briscoe. To the inside he goes.
Chase Briscoe's going to be a difficult pass right here. Chase Briscoe's trying to win this race.
How about Chastain?
Got an axe to grind.
Chastain back to the top of the racetrack here. He's going to try
Chastain hauling ass. Coming to 30 laps to go.
Do nothing here for Chastain. Chastain again across the apron, risking it all down there.
Final 30 laps.
Oh, he's going to get into the back of 12 right there.
You don't you dare spin him, man.
Cost him a little bit of time.
Logano underneath Briscoe. Logano can clear Briscoe. That's a huge advantage.
Clean air. Clean air is king.
Logano going for the lead. Briscoe on the outside.
He's gonna get it.
Logano dives down low. We'll see if he can make the pass before they get to turn 1.
He got it. Logano to the lead.
Yeah, that issue in 1 and 2 behind the 12 the lap before cost him all kinds of momentum. He's trying to clear Byron. There he does it off of turn 2.
Logano.
Well, looks like we're not getting our 20th winner unless Briscoe crashes into Logano.
Chastain can see him though. The championship's right in front of him.
Briscoe wants to win this race. He is not rolling over for Logano. The car is just not handling well. He's got a battle now with Blaney for second.
And Blaney's hungry as well. He wants a win. He knows that if he wins the race and Logano finishes right behind him,
still a championship.
Wins the championship.
Chastain's car is just not doing what he needs it to do right now. Logano's driving away, and this is what we've seen all day.
Only two cars were good enough to challenge for the lead, the 22 and the 12.
Chastain falling back. He's 1.5 seconds behind.
Blaney clears Briscoe, but can he catch up?
Right here continue to battle, crossing each
Well, he didn't clear Briscoe. Briscoe's crossing over.
Down in 1 and 2. Blaney's like, I had enough of this, man. He's going to try to crowd him on the entry. He drifts up the racetrack.
These cars side by side is only hurting Ross Chastain because that's that much air that Ross Chastain cannot get to the front of his car.
Ross just doesn't have the car to do it.
We've seen him in that position before.
Yeah, we have. We might get a late yellow here, get lucky for another opportunity, but the car's just not got enough pace to be able to drive up there and challenge the 22.
He's been the best on restarts all season long. But now he's going to need another one if he wants a shot at this title. Logano out front by 1.2 seconds over Blaney. Under 25 laps remaining.
He has been great on restarts all year long, but that final start right there, the one we just had, he wasn't able to get to the inside of the 24, get the run time just right, had to follow the 24 into the corner, and it really created some distance between him and Joey. Now he's battling still, trying to keep this position.
So now Chastain, with 24 to go, understands he's got to find some speed. So he's going to have to start looking around, something different. What can I do different to make my car get rolling?
His 14 car now is an obstacle in front of him that he needs to try to figure out a way to get around. And that won't be an easy one. 14 car won here earlier this year. These two guys actually finished first and second in the March race together.
Chastain, when we talked to him earlier this week, so humble. We had talked about how big that move was that he made to make his way into the championship 4. And he said, guys, you have to remember, though, I used to drive a motor coach just to get to the track. I was driving 4.
Blaney is faster. Come on, man. Pass him. Pass him.
That's what's in front of me. That's what I was thinking about when I went up against the wall.
He and his Tucci, he and his spotter both. Man, the Nicorettos were driving motor coaches, and now here they are contending for a championship.
That's how hungry they are. And now just 22 laps remain. And this has to be a sick feeling for Chastain.
Christopher Bell's worked his way up into 10th position.
Well, that's not going to be enough.
Both these guys are praying for a caution. They need a yellow to reset things, to try to challenge The 22 with a different strategy on
21 laps to go. Come on, Blaney, come on!
Chastain now under pressure from the 24. Byron looked to the inside there for a moment.
Byron's not going to get that points position of 5th, but 6th. Overall, I wanted him to make the final 4, but to make it this far, if 6th place would be a new best for him. Obviously, more inconsistent than last year, but it was a hell of a... It was a good run for him. Chastain, I hope really nothing besides his aggressive stouting out drivers. A magnificent job for Trackhouse this year. Logano kind of is the driver that kind of snuck up. The one we weren't expecting. The one that didn't have a ton of momentum. But he won Vegas. He was 2nd best all year. And it's going to pay off, looks like, in the long run. Ooh, he got past. Slide jobbed. Chastain and Byron's coming the 4th.
So he's up to 3rd. Blaney, as you mentioned, closing the
or not yet, at least.
4/10 of a second behind Logano.
Come on, Blaney! Come on!
The top 2.
Last lap, he was about a 10th. He's 2/10, about 1.13 seconds faster.
Just take that spot away. And now, does he have enough pace? A long way to make up, Parker.
Joe Logano may have 2.6 seconds over Ross Chastain, but his spotter Colin Pressey.
You know what? I mean, could he try the Hail Melon again, or is it even possible to do the Hail Melon at Phoenix?
Keep him updated on who he's racing for this championship.
12 Blaney much quicker than this 22, and I honestly feel like there'll be a point here late in these final few laps where he will
slow car. That's Bowman returning to pit road. His car's just not fast. Probably calling it done for the day. Come on, Blaney, get past him! Get past him!
He goes for the win.
Come on, Blaney! Come on! Come on!
He'll be fine if he wins this championship, but I just have to imagine Blaney would love to end this season strong, considering how good they've been.
Hail Melon is... I mean, he's not going to win any other way, right?
The more he hears that, the more encouraged he is. Okay, I got to get Logano with 4 or 5 to go if I can pass him.
Blaney's car is definitely faster.
Chastain right now, and 15 laps to go.
Think about Hudson, who's watching this race. Logano's son. He's 4 years old. He's going to be old enough to understand what Dad is doing here. As a matter of fact, in Countdown to Green, Logano said,
or maybe
he told him he was going to win the pole. He went out and won the pole. Then he told him, I'm going to
no, yes, he was faster that lap. But he gained back a 10.
I think I'm a liar, so I got to go out there and win the race, and that's what he's trying to do now.
Pressure of bringing that.
Got 15 laps to go. Come on, Blaney! Come on, Blaney!
That's what you want to do, but as this battle is raged on, that last lap, Ross Chastain was about 0.2 of a second faster. Let's see what he does.
I mean, he'd have to run the same margin to catch up, I think.
I just feel like his car is not doing what he needs it to do. He's going to have to get a break.
Come on, Blaney! Come on! Come on! Chastain is actually, he's starting to haul ass. Chastain could get up there.
That is a ton.
That gap still right around 2 seconds, a little over 2 seconds separating Logano and Chastain.
Blaney, get past him.
I think this 12 is plenty quick to be able to go up there and drive by his teammate. And I think he wants to do it. I just wonder what kind of information they're getting. I wonder what Logano's getting.
No team orders, come on. Let Blaney get past. I mean, Blaney passed him. Don't listen to whatever your spotters are telling you. Lap 300. No, we're on lap 30. Yeah, we're on lap 300 right now. No, we're on lap 301.
From Ross Chastain, you gotta know they want to try it at some point, or at least think about it. Would he do it today?
Well, I think if he's not within striking distance, if he can't actually physically get out there and move the...
It saved 2 seconds at a short track. Who knows how much it would save here.
It's going to cross his mind. It crossed the mind of Noah Gragson last night in the Xfinity race, but he didn't think it was possible. At this racetrack, the wall down the back straightaway sort of turns out away from traffic. You see it right there. It bends away, and how do you follow that? How do you make it happen here in Buick? See it disappears behind the fence. It'd be way difficult to make that work here at this racetrack. It's worth a try. If it's all that's there.
The lap traffic is going to interfere.
Doing that, we'd never be talking about this if it hadn't happened last week. We wouldn't even consider it.
10 laps to go in the season.
With that curve and that wall, when you look at that shot down the back straightaway and you see how much it goes to the right, look at that. So the reason it worked at Martinsville is because he was able to put his right side of the car right on the wall, entering the corner, and never had to turn the wheel. And so when he drove in there, watch the whole right side of the car. It's all the way against the wall, all the way around the corner. To do it here, you'd have to drive in, and you're going to hit the right front. And if you hit the right front and it digs in, then it's not going to carry the momentum and it's going to damage the car. So I think a much bigger challenge here.
And even Ross told us he doesn't know now after doing it if he'd ever do it again, what he went through. Almost lost his vision, he said, in that process.
The last several laps, though, he's got the faster car. He's a tenth quicker. He's now inside of 2 seconds.
But it wouldn't be enough.
8 laps to go. That's not enough laps, but he is the quicker car. Parker.
And Dale, to answer your question from a couple laps ago, it was about 2 laps ago they switched to giving Joe Logano the lap times of Ross behind him and telling him that gap as it's now gone under 2 seconds, updating Joey to what's happening there. They've stopped giving him any updates about what Blaney's doing behind him.
The one thing that's going to be difficult for Ross, he's quicker, right, running down, but that sidekick.
Please, Blaney, come on. Oh, damn it, he didn't get the better run off of 2.
He's not going to lay over for this one car. He's going to put him in a difficult situation to try to just make the pass on second place should he even get there.
Oh, if he got there, it would be he'd be a sidekick because he get kicked out of the way as soon as he got there. I mean, it just Ross Chastain could not have time to mess around with him. He would be forced to move him out of the way.
Think about what's in front of Joey Logano here as he climbs to 5 laps to go.
His car is doing better now.
Championship, but the last 2
Not
times
again. Go away.
Was David Pearson back in 1968 and 69. That's the last time Ford has had a 2-time champion.
5 to go.
Really?
Hit your marks here.
Wow.
42, Ross was at a 40.
There you have it. Even lap times for the most part in the last couple of laps. This 22 car smashed the button. Back to 1. Well, it's 1.6.
Flat tire. Can you run out of gas?
Logano to make a mistake. Forget it. I mean, that guy is just so steady. One of the
pain for Blaney. Probably not going to get that one that eluded him all season.
So Joey Logano is going to drive a very smooth and smart next 4 laps.
Times on the left, lower left of the screen. Right when they cross the stripe, those update immediately. And Logano running a little faster than Bell, a little slower than Chastain, but not enough as they come up on 3 laps to go in the season and the championship.
GG Penske.
6/10 of a second now.
Yeah, I reported the bot.
5 seconds back.
1.5 seconds back for Chastain.
Hoping there's no caution. Does not want a caution. No mechanical issues. No lap traffic. No wrecks. Just wants a perfectly clean 3 laps.
What a day, what a season it has been.
Paul Wolf and Joey Logano coming to 2 to go. Paul Wolf, the championship crew chief, and from 2012.
And between
wait, am I messing it up?
He's never faltered.
No, I'm not messing it up. He will.
Green flag lap was he not in front of the other 4 or 3 championship?
And anyway, Logano, the 2018 champion, got in with that Martinsville win and beat the top 3. But now, here we go. Coming, trying to be a 2-time champ. White flag is out. 1 more lap at Phoenix Raceway. Is there anything that Chastain can do to catch up?
Race win is Ryan Blaney, a teammate. That teammate has been hungry all year.
We're probably going to end the season off with 19 different winners, a tie with 4 other years in NASCAR. Logano, with that Pennzoil Ford, has only ever won with Pennzoil, and with Ford. And here we go through the final set of turns. Joey Logano is a 2-time NASCAR champion.
Logano is a 2-time NASCAR Cup Series champion.
Unbelievable. Blaney second, Chastain third, Briscoe fourth, Harvick fifth, Byron sixth, Busch seventh, Hamlin eighth, Larson ninth, Bell 10th. And Logano is the champion. Oh well, we gave it our best shot, and it didn't happen in the last. Well, Logano, you know, he started off with a win at the Busch Clash.
Roger Penske, we just heard, team owner.
You know what? It'll be great for Race to the Championship.
A big season for Roger Penske. This is the first time
Penske's
he has ever won the IndyCar Championship and the Cup Series.
Penske's third championship in Cup. Logano's 31st victory. And now a second championship. Well, this is the driver I most did not want to win. He's still the one I don't want to, most wanted to win, but I can live with it, I suppose. Yeah, unless something stupid happens in tech.
To get out of the car, Joey Logano, you can see the excitement, how badly he wants to climb out of this car to celebrate.
His second Cup championship, he won in 2018.
Alright, fine. I'll stick around for his front stretch interview, but that's it. Anyway, that's gonna end the Cup Series for this year.
Another race win here in the season finale.
GG. Penske prevailed in the end.
His second championship.
At least he's not getting booed as hard as Ty Gibbs.
Crowd here in Phoenix, appreciating a championship performance today out of Joey Logano. Rutledge.
Here he is. He told the kids before he left he was going to come home with a second championship. Joey Logano, congratulations. You have done it. We did it. We're champions again. Yes. Oh my God, I'm so excited.
No, at least he did it for the score one for the Italian. 17th driver to become at least to become a two-time champion.
Good pit stop there at the end, get us up in front. And boy, that was just intense there at the end. So it's all about championships. That's what it's all about. And we worked so hard the last couple weeks trying to put ourselves in position. And everything that happened in 2020, I knew that we just wanted to have a solid run and do this today. And I can't thank Ford and Shell Penzel enough for supporting me over the last 10 years, getting us a couple championships together. All our partners at Team Penske, everybody that works on these cars, it's such a big deal to win these championships and impact so many people's lives. And obviously, in the news this morning with Coy too, I don't know what to think.
Yeah,
but
he drove. I mean, because Logano did drive for Gibbs.
Let's just go to the Gibbs family, but just an incredible day for us, and kind of mixed emotions at the moment. The family's here with you. You guys got the pole. It was a perfect race all day. Did you ever have any doubts, Joey, of being able to get back here and get that second championship?
Hudson, Logano.
What you said, right? I don't really care either. What'd you say, though? A perfect day for you guys. The pole, everything else, the team top to bottom. Was there ever any doubt for you? No. I knew going into this thing that we were going to win the championship. I told the guys we're the favorite from Daytona, and we truly believed it, and that's the difference. And man, it's like I said, I have a good team with a bunch of confidence, and we had all the reason in the world to be confident. I said I've never been truly this ready for a championship race, and we did it, man. I can't believe it. Family has defined your career from those summers you spent with your dad in the camper, traveling on over. Your family here, what does it mean to you to have them here with you? Oh, man, it's so special. And J-Mo and Amelia are at home. Hey guys, Daddy'll be home soon, but we might party a little bit first. It might be a little rough shape when we get home, but this is, man, this is what it's all about, though. I mean, when you were a kid, his age, my dream was to win cup championships, and here we are with 2 of them. Oh man, this means so much. It's so special. I just want to celebrate, right?
Congratulations, Joey Logano is a 2-time champion here at Phoenix Raceway.
Alright, anyway. I'm gonna call... That ends the NASCAR streams for 2022. Obviously, well, it was an up and down season. My driver won more than had more wins than everyone else, but in the end, the contact with Ross took him out. We had our issues with safety. We had our great racing, but overall, I think it was a good season nonetheless. That ends the 22 wins in 2022, and anyway, this is BowserJrXD. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in 2023 for the Busch Clash.